you son of a bitch. Cause Pawn's drunk loves ya.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go. Sunday.
Let's get ready to
Smash that light, boy, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that light, smash that light. What up, what up, what up? Woo! Lot of drama, good news, bad news, all news.
Let's get ready.
Let's go. I told you I'm gonna be the most dangerous man in the sport of boxing 2026. Everybody gonna remember the name Pawn Drunk. DJ. You already know this is Pawn's Drunk. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you at this side of heaven. God bless you all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Man, boxing is alive and well. Boxing, a lot of drama. I don't know if I can say the respect of boxing is alive and well, but content boxing is alive and well. The business of boxing is alive and well. But ladies and gentlemen, yesterday with Alexander Usyk laying an egg versus Rico would have been the most embarrassing moment in boxing history. I understand people are going to be like, stop over-exaggerating, Punch. Stop over-exaggerating. You know what happened to Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas out there in Tokyo? That's embarrassing. No. It's one thing to get knocked out. Surprisingly. Oh, shit, lucky shot. But Alexander Usyk is regarded pound for pound number one. Not only pound for pound number one, Alexander Usyk is regarded the best technical fighter that boxing has to offer, and he laid an egg versus a novice. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm dropping. I already recorded my next podcast episode, and I don't think a lot of people gonna like this. Hunter of the Hunt. Shout out to the member. Didi in the building. Didi, welcome everyone. Come and hit the like. Didi in the building. Shout out to Miss Didi. Shout out to Hunter of the Hunt. Ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to the channel, become a member to the channel. High Octane Boxing. You already know High Octane Entertainment. If you're not cool with the hype, you're not cool with the mouth, you're not cool with the motor mouth, then I don't think this is your place to be. I don't be preaching boxing like Joel Osteen. I'm more like a T.D. Jakes, Geno Jennings. I'm not like Joel Osteen. Well, this is the sport of boxing. And what transpired yesterday between Alexander Usyk and Rico, oh man, it's unfortunate. Hopefully that, Alexander Usyk gets it together and, come back strong. No, ladies and gentlemen, because if Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, David Benavidez, Jerome Bruce Ennis would have performed the way that Alexander performed like that versus a novice, the whole world would be crashing down on them. As much as I like Alexander Usyk and respect Alexander Usyk, he got to get this flame. Biasly, logically, and objectively. Alexander Usyk laid an egg. Alexander Usyk wet the bed. Alexander Usyk has put the nails on the coffin. This is the worst heavyweight era in the history of the sport of boxing. And ladies and gentlemen, they say wherever the heavyweight division goes, boxing goes. Boxing is at its lowest point that has ever been. And Alexander Usyk smash that nail in the coffin. Hunter of the Hunt. Colo ente pesa. Comprar comida china para la familia. I was at the fight. Oh, yeah, you in Egypt. Hunter the Hunt. It was the most unorganized shit I ever been to. Great spectacle, though. And see, that word spectacle is that what we're going to be talking about. The spectacle, professional boxing is at its lowest point. Professional boxing, the sport, is at its lowest point. But this is the new word for the sport of boxing. Professional spectacle boxing match. Spectacle event. That's what's keeping boxing alive. Spectacle. Turki Al-Sheikh, which he tried to do good things. He tried to create a spectacle, but the spectacle, in the end of the day, if he go, he's in it for the sport of boxing. But is the boxer's responsibility to show the other fighters of the respective martial arts, if you want to call it, to be put out. It's like Bruce Lee said. Bruce Lee said, out of all the arts in martial arts, boxing is the most difficult one. Boxing is the best. Ladies and gentlemen, boxing has now become the easiest martial arts of all martial arts. The sweet science is now the sour science. Hunts on the Hunt. What are the members? Shout out to Low Nose Boxing, the members. Says spent over an hour on a bus that because the cops wouldn't let the bus into the pyramid entrance. Missed first 2 fights. Wow. The pyramid. Where were you, Hunter the Hunt? I was waiting for you. Hey, yo, Tank was looking for you. Tell that bus it's Hunter the Hunt is there. Make that bus come earlier, right? Yo, thank you, my brother. Thank you again for the super chat, man. And since you went out there, tell us to keep on telling us, man. I lost what little respect I had left for the sport at this point. Look at little 420 said, ladies and gentlemen. 420 Weedy Gonzalez says, man, I lost what little respect I had left for the sport at this point. Who could bring it back? Hey, yo, 420. Remember what I was saying? And people in the chat was like, no. When I said that if David Benavidez knocks out or stops Zulda Ramirez, that he should go to the heavyweight division and face Alexander Usyk. What did most of the people in my chat said? What did most of the people were saying when I kept on saying that? That David Benavidez' next fight, no, forget it. He should go to the heavyweight division, fight Andy Ruiz, and then fight Alexander Usyk or fight Alexander Usyk. And, oh, no. What you talking about, Punch? Come on, man. David Benavidez ain't all that. David Benavidez can't go to the heavyweight. You talking about Alexander Usyk. He doesn't have a chance. Well, Rico had a chance. A novice, a man that never went 12 rounds, past 6 rounds in that elite level. Ladies and gentlemen, is not only, yes, Alexander Usyk dropped him in the 11th round. We know that. Yes, the stoppage was a robbery. The stoppage was a robbery. Okay, my friends. The stoppage was a robbery. Because in my scorecard when I was watching the fight, and I ain't even go live, but I was watching the fight. That's why I did the video right away. He was already 8 rounds in. I already gave the only way that Alexander Usyk was gonna win that fight was a knockout. The referee knew it, and everybody else knew it. I already gave 8 rounds to Rico. The sad part about it, because shout out to the bad part about it, ladies and gentlemen, is not that he just, in my opinion, almost lost the fight. Is that a Rico outclassed him, outboxed him We talking about Alexander Usyk, ladies and gentlemen. We talking about arguably the best technical boxer that we have to offer. We're arguably talking about the best technical boxer in the world. We're not talking about the best technical fighter in Ukraine, the best technical fighter in the UK, the best technical fighter in America. We're talking about the world. Alexander Usyk was the respected about the world. He's just not about knockouts. It's about technical, the best boxer, the undefeated. How can you get outboxed by a kickboxer in that level? It was sad to see round by round. I just would have hoped that Rico just would have been an easy knock. It would have been easy for me, and I still probably would have had the same energy, but it would have been easier to say, yo, he caught a lucky shot and knocked out Usyk and he couldn't stand up. But he outboxed. He won basically every round, ladies and gentlemen. And Usyk was trying to figure him out. How can you be pound for pound? I couldn't figure this thing out. Huh, ladies and gentlemen? Ponme la música de queso. Ponme la música de queso que está aquí. Ponme la música de queso before we light this. We keep on lighting this up. And repeat tu Gracias por el super chat. In the video. Queso. Everybody. Queso. Sunday. Boxing. What happened? The New York Knicks. We going to the finals. The New York Knicks. We going to the finals. Yes, we going to the finals. Damn it, I can't wait till tomorrow. DJ Camaro, Alex Sensation, Pagamelo Música, Yankating. Shout out to my New York Knicks. Go New York, go. That's the reason why I couldn't. Because I'm still celebrating. We out here outside the garden. We going crazy every day. Monday, we shutting the city down. 34 from Times Square, we shutting it down. I don't want, hey, get it together, Knicks. Don't break my heart. My heart has been broken for all these years. Just give me one. Give me just one. That's all I ask. Por favor. Uno. I didn't live. I wasn't alive in 1973, 72. Give me one. I want to sound like a Yankee fan. That every time they say, well, you're a champion, at least I got one. See, Yankee fans, they never lose an argument. You know why? Because a Yankee fan will be like, I don't care. We got 26, 20, 27, 28 championship. You're going to need a whole lifetime to catch the Yankees. But I want to talk like that as a Knicks fan. Please. He said, your son's still playing. Yeah. Yes. My son's still playing. He's still playing. He's on vacation now. He took his finals last week. His last day was on Tuesday. Yeah, man. Very much proud of him. Hey, queso. Very much proud of him, man. He's man, I'm very much proud. Matter of fact, shout out to my son as well. He's gonna be got a little part-time, like a little job. He's gonna be working at MetLife for the World Cup. You know what I'm saying? Man, that kid been perfect since he was born, man. He never gave me a hard time. His mama gave me a hard time, but he never gave me a hard time. I mean, Dev going to the finals, but yes, man. Wow. Man. I mean, it's been expensive, but that expense has been good to, I'm proud of him. I'm probably gonna have him in the I'm probably gonna have him in the channel soon. The last time I remember, if your people was following the channel, if you look at the video that I did a live stream, as a matter of fact, it was a Clarissa Shields fight. My son was like this, and now he's just as tall as me now. But anyway, something is telling me the Knicks fans are like Premier. I think, look, my heart, let me tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen. I've calmed down. In all actuality, I'm supposed to have a Knicks channel, but the Knicks has breaking my heart. I've gotten in trouble. Some of my friends stopped going to see the Knicks in a bar with me because the last time that, well, I'm not gonna say the last time, but one of the time that my friends were like, yo, I can't chill with you. You gotta calm down. Because I wear my heart and my sleeve. Do you think I'm wild as a boxing fan? Folks, I had to go to, I have anger management when it comes to the Knicks. My heart explodes. Yo, it was one time I'm downtown. We're downtown. As a matter of fact, this bar, what's the name of the bar? It's not even there no more. It was in Hell's Kitchen. And I had like a jar of Blue Long Island. And we lost the lead. I know this is not about boxing. I'll talk about boxing right away, but let me tell you this story right quick. This how much of yo, if y'all see me, yo, Punch be out wilding in boxing. I'm double that as a Knicks fan. I'm drinking a Blue Long Island on a jar. And we lost a 20-point lead. And I'm like, damn, boom. But the cup left my hand. Damn it. And the cup flew into one of the TVs that's on top of the bar, and it shattered. But they knew me because I come to that bar. I was going to that bar, you know, saying periodically to watch the game. And even the security that was cool. He was from my block. He was a security. Like, yo, Crazy Eddie, man, you gotta go, bro. You gotta go. You gotta go. Everybody was looking at me. Yo, and my boy, one of my boys said, yo, Punch. I didn't know. He said, Crazy Eddie, yo. He said, yo, yo, that's it, bro. You wild, bro. I can't go. Motherfucker, he didn't even tell me that he would never go to a Knicks to watch the Knicks games with me. He had to tell one of my other friends to tell me, because I'm like, yo, why he don't come no more? He like, yo, he can't. Like he's embarrassed when he Yo, that wasn't the first one. Ladies and gentlemen, there was one time I'm in the Garden and Carmelo Anthony, right? It was when Carmelo Anthony and Pedro Prugioni, right? And there was this couple. You know that sometimes you go to the Garden. Guess so if you've been to the Garden or anybody in the Lou, you from NYC, if you've been to the Garden, you know that there's a lot of Knicks fans, but there's a lot of people that go to the Knicks game that's not a fan. They just go there because of Madison Square Garden. They tourists and stuff like that. So there's this couple out that came that was sitting next to us. I had some good seats, right? It was a couple that's sitting next to me, and I came with one of my peoples. My peoples came with one of my peoples, and you know there was a time where people was hating on Carmelo Anthony. Yo, he's going nuts. He's going greedy. So Carmelo Anthony is the only one putting in work. And the 24-second clock is running out. And this guy is saying, and throughout the game, it was against Memphis. And throughout the game, the guy is saying, man, Carmelo Anthony, he's a greedy bastard. He's greedy. But he's the only one that's doing something. He's the one that's keeping the respectable score. This guy, I'm already getting tight. I'm about to explode, right? The shot clock is running down. Carmelo already got 26 points. He's the only one that's doing something. And all right, the shot clock, boom. And he's going, come on, Carmelo, damn it, you greedy bastard, man. Just pass the ball, right? And then Carmelo Anthony gives the ball to Pablo Prugioni in the corner. Pablo Prugioni got the ball, don't know what to do. 24-second clock. He gave it to Pablo Prugioni when he's like 6 or 5 seconds. He was just running from the corner to the wing, back to the corner. Yo, when they call the 24-second clock, I said, hey, yo, my man, mother effer, that's what you want Carmelo Anthony to pass the ball. That's what you want Carmelo Anthony to pass the ball to these fucking bums, bro. Yo, the dude and his wife left yo, they left like almost like jogging out. They left their food. Yo, I was tight. I said, get the fuck out of here, you fake ass Knicks fans. Or yo, and then I snapped, folks. I snapped, bro. Even my people was like, you know what I said after that? Hey, yo, and when we saying defense, everybody's saying defense here. If you're not a Knicks fan and you're not saying defense with me, get the hell out of here, bro. Yo, I went berserk. I went berserk, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, y'all think I'm loud and crazy in boxing? Y'all don't want to see me in the Knicks. For years, I try to stay away because whenever I felt having a heart attack or my blood pressure, is watching the Knicks. Some people be like, yo, Punch, you've been watching. Let me watch it from a side. Let me watch it on my own. You guys do not want me around. You don't want me around. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I told the whole, like, the people in the section, because there was one time we saying defense, boom, boom. You know you've been in the garden, defense, boom, defense. And then because there's tourists and they're not pure Knicks fans that got the good seats, they're not going along. And I'm getting tight. And I went like this to a guy. I said, defense. We like defense. Boom, boom. Defense. Let's go. I said defense. Go on, your defense. Yo, and now I barely go out with my friend. Now my people's is hitting me up because we're deep in the play in the we one game where now people want my energy. But let me tell you like this, throughout the regular seasons, all right. I am like Clarissa Shields in boxing as a Knicks fan, that nobody could control me and I cannot be contained. I cannot be domesticated as a Knicks fan. I'm an animal. I am an animal. If you used to say something about Patrick Ewing with John Starks, yo, I'm telling you, bro. It got to the point. I remember my mom when I was young. Think about it. When I was young, I was emotional. I used to cry. You know? My mom used to be like, "You're never gonna watch a Knicks game in your life." She would turn off the TV. That's it. You're not gonna watch it. And I go and I put the radio and listen to the Knicks. I go to the room and it was like I was on control. I'm a controllable. When it comes to the Knicks, that's what I'm saying. I know myself. I'm gonna go to the watch party on Monday. Yo, when we go to the finals, I'm probably gonna be butt naked out there in 33rd, 34th Street for real. But that's the finals. We've been there. 94. We've been there with the Spurs. 99. We've been there. But see, this one in 99, I knew without Patrick Ewing, we didn't have the chance. We come on. Hey, they had David Robinson. They had Tim Duncan. 2 Twin Towers. If we had a healthy Patrick Ewing with a Camby, then we would have had a chance. I knew we didn't really have the chance to beat that Spurs, right? And shout out to Latrell Sprewell. He tried. This, I feel like we have the greatest chance since 94. Like the greatest chance. We do match up to OKC. We do play the long ball and the short game. We do. We got the defense. We got the chemistry. We got that. I think we have one of the best runs, you know, saying like not like the Lakers in 01 when they faced Philly, but we have one of the great runs. We're blowing out these teams. Anyway, let's go back to boxing. I would have been dying punch. We got to NYC, I'm telling you. I'm an embarrassment, bro. I be honest, bro. See, that's something that I could say about myself that Clarissa Shields can't say. When it comes to the Knicks, I am unhinged. Ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, it will be I've smashed TVs before, man. I smashed my own TV in 1 week. In 1 week versus the Boston Celtics that year. In the playoffs. I smashed the TV. I went to Best Buy, got a TV, and smashed. I'm telling you, I'm a wreck, bro. I blank out. I had to take a pause. That's why even my son, I got to be tamed, bro. And now I'm unhinged right now with the Knicks. Please don't break my heart. Don't break my heart and say you love. See, the Knicks is like I'm like a bitter. I'm like what I'm telling you. I'm like what Clarissa is to Remy Ma's husband. I am like that to the Knicks. They don't secure me, but I love it. Knicks is do you know how much the Knicks has hurt my feelings? We're going on 30, almost 40 years, ladies and gentlemen. They hurt me. They're bad to me, bro. The Knicks is like Ike Turner, and I'm like Tina Turner. They beat me up, and I stay. I can't go away. And every time I go away, then they come with a season like this and pull me back. And the Knicks is telling me, I'm like the bitch. And the Knicks is like, don't worry, baby. I will be better. Trust me, I will do right by you. And now that's me going back as a Knick. All right, going back to the house. And I accept your apology. And if they break my heart again, I think that's it. That's it. I won't. If they break my heart, they shatter my heart. I won't even have a heart anymore. I won't even have a heart anymore. But anyway, let's go to boxing. Let's go back to boxing. Shout out to Mills. What's good, brother? What's good? Lou in the building. What's good? 420 in the building. What's good? What's good, everybody? What's good? So, yesterday, again, they say wherever the heavyweight division goes, boxing goes. Am I right or wrong? My boxing pundits. That's what they say. They say wherever for how many decades, maybe a century, decades have we heard that phrase? Since the 80s and 90s, the early 2000s, wherever the heavyweight division goes, boxing goes. Ladies and gentlemen, the heavyweight division Alexander Usyk has took the division at the lowest point that has ever been. And I know that phrase, wherever the heavyweight division goes, boxing goes, really started to end with the emerge of Floyd Mayweather and all of that, right? The little guy making all this money, Manny Pacquiao making all this money. But in all actuality, it went back to the heavyweights because they're giving, how much did they gave Tyson Fury? 120, was 110 million to fight Alexander Usyk? How can a fighter, and I know that we all love Alexander Usyk, he's one of a fan favorite. He's like the, you know, like in what you call it, in what you call in wrestling term, like the baby face. Alexander Usyk is like a baby face. Like Naoya Inoue is liked. He's like the baby face. And then we have villains, right? We have the villain fighter, like for Floyd Mayweather used to be. Manny Pacquiao was the baby face, right? I think boxing is a niche sport, but yesterday was an embarrassment. Thanks to what's the name of it? Brand Risk Promotion and Eden Ross event, that it overshadowed what many of the people should be talking about. The Eden Ross event that Chris Brown went over there, Drake was supposed to go over there, the Ray J getting knocked out, Teofimo Lopez was in the comments in the commentating booth, Dana White was there, you know what I'm saying? Strickland was there, Adrian Broner and Dean the Great, that they're trending right now. That overshadowed. I'm thankful that event happened because people, if I go to Twitter, people are talking about that more than what happened in Egypt. Because what happened in Egypt is one of the most embarrassing things I've seen in boxing. I know the Mike Tyson getting knocked out by Buster Douglas is always going to be in the back of our minds. But Rico outboxing Usyk is the worst thing, one of the worst things that I've seen. I'll be honest. The way that I held Usyk, the way that I held him, and the way that he performed. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be real, let's be honest. We got to keep it real. I don't give a damn if we like Usyk. I love Usyk. I like Usyk. I think he's great thought he was great for the sport. He got outboxed each and every round by a novice. Rico had better feints. Rico had better foot movement. Rico had a better effective aggression. Rico, if you didn't know boxing and you're looking at this fight, you like Rico is levels above Alexander Usyk. Rico look levels. Luckily, that Alexander Usyk with the uppercut that was working, that did good. He did hurt him in the fourth round. Put him down. Even with the knockdown, if he would have gone if he was allowed to go to the 12th round, and he would have even lost the 12th round, Rico in the scorecard, or my scorecard, would have won that fight. Then it would have been 8-4 with 2 knockdowns and probably like a 114, 113 card. Something like that. That fight remind me, okay, put it this way. That fight was almost like Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, where Tyson Fury was outboxing Deontay Wilder throughout the whole fight, and he had 2 knockdowns. And everybody thought that it was a robbery. But guess what? The referee gave Tyson Fury a chance. If they would have gave Rico a chance and survived the 12th round, he would have won that fight. And the reason why I say that the heavyweight division, this heavyweight division is the worst, and wherever the heavyweight division goes, boxing goes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be real, let's be honest. Shout out to all the boxing content creators, whether you rock with punch run boxing or you hate punch run boxing. To be a boxing content creator is one of the hardest things, one of the most creative things, because we have to just create content off emojis. If we're talking about Gervonta Davis, we'd be like, oh, Gervonta Davis is dancing with a white girl. Let's do a video. That's how bad it is in the sport of boxing. We're trying to stretch any little information. If Earl Spence put a Instagram story of him riding a horse, we're like, oh my God, it looked like Earl Spence is in shape. Look at him, how he's riding the horse. It's become difficult. Fighters don't fight enough, which doesn't sustain the momentum and interest in the sport of boxing. And then when the spotlight is on boxing, most of the time, people are laying the egg. You know what I'm starting to believe now? You know what I'm starting to believe, ladies and gentlemen? Lou 420. Okay, so you know what I'm starting to believe? The sad thing is that the round was over. Right. The bell already rang. I mean, why can't we have a review? Thank you. What happens to all the review stuff? Yo, it looked like boxing says one thing, hype us up with information that we was going to have some replays and then go back on their word. They don't want to go for the replay, right? They don't want to go for the replay. Just like the WBA said that we are going to take away the belts, but then they elevate Rolly Romero to a super champion. I thought y'all came out with a press release several years ago and said that y'all was already taking all these belts and it was going to be 1 belt per division. And they went back on their word again. But because boxers don't fight enough, boxers can't sustain. And then when we have the highlight on boxing, this is what I was going to say. Has Turki Al-Sheikh been good to the sport of boxing? Let's be real. Let's be honest. Come on, guys, in the comment section, help me out, because some people call me a hater because I don't bow down to Turki. I think that Turki has done a decent job. As a matter of fact, I feel like Turki have set these guys up to do something good or special or bring some respect into the sport of boxing. I think people are afraid. They're nervous to perform while Turki is looking on. I think so. I think Turki Al-Sheikh gets them rattled up. I don't know. Because think about it. How did Wilder perform versus Parker? How did Fury perform versus Francis Ngannou? How did Naoya Inoue perform on his first fight with Turki Al-Sheikh? Even the aura of Naoya Inoue, the monster. Yes, he performed good versus Nakatani, but he hasn't really performed like a monster, right? Let's be real, let's be honest. I love Naoya Inoue. Y'all know that. He's my pound for pound number 1. How did Canelo Alvarez perform versus William Skull? How did Canelo Alvarez perform versus Terence Bud Crawford? How did Terence Bud Crawford perform versus Majimov? How did Teofimo Lopez perform versus Shakur Stevenson? How did Devin Haney perform versus Brian Norman? How did Ryan Garcia perform versus Rolly Romero? Ladies and gentlemen, it's like these guys, it look like when Turki Al-Sheikh, okay, he gives you the money. He gives you a matchup to look good. And it looks like at the same time, it zaps. It's like the monsters in Space Jam, zaps the power and the skills of these fighters, and it goes away. Yeah, so he said, honestly, for me with Turki, do more from the shadows. Stop announcing maybe shits. Just pop up with the slaps. Fights, then they done. Hey, yo, that's what I don't like either. This in-between fights. See, at the end of the day, this embarrasses the sport. We should have never had Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. He was supposed to just give us Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. The reason why America's in this side of the pond, remember, we was waiting for the undisputed heavyweight championship bout for almost a quarter of a century. We was waiting for it. What happened is that when Tyson Fury got knocked down by Francis Ngannou, remember, leading up to the Francis Ngannou fight, people were saying that Tyson Fury could beat any heavyweight of any era. Am I right or wrong, ladies and gentlemen? Am I right or wrong, ladies and gentlemen? We were saying, the world of boxing was saying that Tyson Fury, leading up to the Francis Ngannou fight, that he could go to any era of heavyweight and he could beat Muhammad Ali, he could beat Mike Tyson, he could beat everybody. Remember? You remember, ladies and gentlemen? Con los $100 a comprar gasolina que me lleve de 93, okay? And 7-Eleven, don't put it higher, coño. Pass the play, la ofrenda por el pastor de boxeo. La música de Randy, de Randy. Y Randy está aquí. What's good, Randy? La música de Randy también. Para la música de queso. Queso de pastelito, queso de sándwich, queso de chimichurri, queso de vaca, queso de todo. DJ Canelo Ansel Association. I love fucking music. Randy, la música de Randy. La música de Randy está aquí. La música de Randy. Hey yo, Randy. You know who's my guy? Págame la música, Randy. Randy, you know who's my guy? You know who's going to win? Hey yo, Randy, you know who's going to win, my guy? Nacho. Nacho is going to win. I like Nacho. El La Fruta was my guy in Alofoque too. But this one, Nacho va a ganar. Nacho. Damn, you don't be watching Alofoque? You got to watch the Alofoque shit. Sometime here and there, there's 24 hours live. What the F just went Spanish all of a sudden? Fight Fury Films in the building! Let's go, Fight Fury Films. What is going on with these guys that they like to wet the bed when Turki Al-Sheikh funds them? Put it this way. I liked Bivol versus Beterbiev. I liked that fight. What was the highlight of that fight, though? What was the highlight of Bivol versus Beterbiev? This is why people was mad, and I'm like, yo, I'd rather see Bivol versus Benavidez. No, we got to see the trilogy, but we're going to see the trilogy with 36 rounds of what? I don't want to see that. I could pass. We don't got to see that 3 times in a row. We didn't see a knockdown. Nobody got a nosebleed. Nobody got stitches. Nobody got hurt. Nobody got wobbled. I know it was the ultimate chess match, and yes, it's the ultimate chess match, and yeah, but I wanted to see Bivol. That when Bivol got mandated to fight Benavidez, I want to see Bivol and Benavidez to see how that was going to turn out. And then Turki ain't want to put that fight. Remember? And then he gave us the Benavidez. And remember, he didn't even want to give us Benavidez versus Beterbiev. But yet, he was about to put Benavidez in the same card as Beterbiev, but Benavidez fighting Anthony Yarde and Beterbiev fighting somebody else. This in-between fights is destroying the matchup, the big matchup that we want to see, because what they're going to do is coast. Benavidez versus Hamza. Benavidez will slap Hamza across the ring, in the ring, out the ring, man. He will never see a light again. I think that Hamza needs to get his gift. I think Carlos Adames. Why doesn't Turki Al-Sheikh put Carlos Adames right back with Hamza? Turki is desperate to pull Hamza, trying to no. Hey, I want to see Hamza versus El Dominicano, El Platanero, El Manguco, Los Tres Golpes. I want to see him. David Benavidez le rompe todo a ese tigre Hamza. Huh? That's why even Turki Al-Sheikh wouldn't even mention Benavidez next to Hamza. If there's any fighter he's trying to develop, is Hamza Shiraz. Huh? Man, he'll make Hamza, Benavidez will make Hamza look like a she. Huh? I think Hamza is smoking mirrors too. The only reason why people do like Hamza is because people didn't like Berlanga. He got knocked out by Berlanga and like, yeah, because people hate on Berlanga. Hamza ain't even know that. I don't think so, in my opinion. I don't think so. Carlos Adames won that fight. Robbed him. Robbery him. They robbery him. Benavidez versus Bivol and Baturbi. No. Benavidez versus Alexander Usyk. Yes. Benavidez to the heavyweight division. I've been saying it. David Benavidez to the heavyweight division. If David Benavidez is not fighting in the heavyweight division, the only fight that I would like to see, it may be outside of David Benavidez in the heavyweight division, is David Benavidez rompiéndole la boquita a Canelo Alvarez, because Canelo Alvarez también. Yeah, Canelo Alvarez. I'm going to tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen. Mark my words, you're going to hate what I'm about to say. You're going to say no punch, ya te pasaste. Nah, you're going overboard now. Canelo Alvarez is going to lose to Mbili. I think so. Because we know that Canelo Alvarez is only fighting whoever Turkey tells him to. He don't want to. You think that Canelo Alvarez wanted to fight William Score? No. He gave up his belt not to fight William Score. But because Turki Al-Sheikh, come over here, my caramel thunder. My gingerbread man, you would fight William Score, all right? In my country, motherfucker. Mira Davo already, they could cap. Okay. You think I'm saying that Mbili is going to beat Canelo Alvarez because Mbili got better skills? They could no, not because of that. It's because Canelo Alvarez is going inside that ring just like Alexander Usyk went inside that ring versus Rico. Just like Tyson Fury went inside that ring versus Francis Ngannou. Because we know Canelo Alvarez's heart is not in it anymore. It's because how is his mind, his business savviness, how is he going to leave all that money on the table? You ain't see Canelo Alvarez's body. You ain't see it. We always see Canelo Alvarez in shape when he's out, when he doesn't even have a contract. He said Mbili has nothing. I'm telling you. I'm not saying that Mbili is better. Canelo Alvarez is better than Mbili in everything. But you got to understand the history of the sport of boxing. They all go out like that. Not everybody ends their career like Floyd Mayweather and Joe Kawasaki and Andre Ward. That's unnatural when it comes to the sport of boxing. Most of the greats go out like that. Most of the great go out with a loss. Most of the greats go out losing to guys that they was not supposed to lose to. Canelo Alvarez is going to go out like Mike Tyson went out. Canelo Alvarez is going to go out like Roy Jones Jr. went out. Canelo Alvarez is going to go out like that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need an elite fighter to take him out. If Mbili puts the pressure up like he did Lester Martinez, Canelo Alvarez don't even got the footwork no more. He's too even lazy to move now. I'm telling you. It's not because I'm not too fond of Mbili. I'm not too fond of Mbili. Y'all never see me do videos about Mbili and stuff like that because I don't feel like his best fight is a draw. He went 10 rounds with Sergey Derevchenko, and Sergey Derevchenko is shot. He's a shot fighter, like shot. He really got nothing left. And that's why I call Keith Connolly one of the best managers in the sport of boxing so he could get a contract with Sufa. Canelo Alvarez didn't want to move versus William Score. Canelo Alvarez didn't want to move versus Terence Bud Crawford. What do you think is going to happen to Mbili? Mbili puts that effective pressure on him. He's going to suffocate Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo Alvarez is going to be, I'm going to tell you like this. Certain fighters do good when adrenaline, right? When you got your people behind you. See, Canelo Alvarez is going to go out there. He's not too fond of Mbili. He knows Mbili is not on his level. And he's going to fight out there in rehab season. And look at the fan base. They're not going to give their animal to Canelo Alvarez to even try to do something. He's going to perform worse than he did with William Score. I am telling you, folks. What do you think about Richard Torres? Hey, yo, Fight Fury Films. I barely talked about Richie Torres because I knew that what Richie Torres should have done. it was two things that I didn't like about Richie Torres. It looked like he's a great person. Once I see Richie Torres in the ballerina dress, I said, I don't want him as my heavyweight champion. No. You don't remember that video? That he was with a ballerina dress and doing ballerina stuff? That's the heavyweight champion of the world? He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. To be a heavyweight champion, yo, you got to have some type of killer instinct. You know, one shot, you could have all the skills in the world and one shot could take you out. Once I see Richie Torres, that's why you think I never really did a video of Richie Torres? I liked him in the amateurs. But once I see that clownish, that unserious side of him, and he should have, hey, yo, right? Am I lying? Remember he was in the ballerina dress and stuff like that, doing ballerina stuff? Huh? I said, that's going to be the future heavyweight champion of the world? No, me van con eso. No, I don't like it. I don't like the bullshit. I don't like the bullshit. No. I agree 100%. He should have gone to the light heavyweight division. He should have brought that. He should have got in great shape and top rank. And this is what I mean about. That's what happens when Bob Arum got too old. Bob Arum would have decided to put Richie Torres and say, go to the light heavyweight division. Right now, you at heavyweight division. No, it's not good. And plus, they was already building Jerry Anderson, Big Baby. You remember why I wasn't pumping Big Baby a lot as well? You remember that interview he had with Roy Jones Jr. and said that, oh, you know, he doesn't care about boxing like that, and he show emotion, and he was so emotional. I'm like, no. ¿Qué le pasa? This dude has a ballerina, you crying, and you're not taking boxing serious. You guys ain't going nowhere. What happened to Richie Torres yesterday did not surprise me. And what happened to Big Baby Miller, not Big Baby Miller, Big Baby, Jerry Anderson, was not surprising. This era of emotion. Torres is a good guy, but he's very undersized. He's very undersized, and his style would have been good if he would have gone to the light heavyweight and do that. But in the heavyweight division, no, he was erratic. To be an Olympian, he was erratic too. He was very undersized. I don't think his body was up to par. Look, his body coming to this fight was better in shape, but you ain't see the way he was warming up. I was like, I know. And Frank Sanchez is a guy that really doesn't even go for a knockout. You get knocked out by Frank Sanchez. That was supposed to be a test. He didn't even pass the Frank Sanchez test. You know what I'm saying? So we don't got nothing in the pipeline. So think about this. The heavyweight division got embarrassed by a kickboxer. The heavyweight division got embarrassed by an MMA. Do you understand, ladies and gentlemen, that right now, not right now, but the real heavyweight champions is Francis Ngannou and Rico? An MMA fighter that never laced up the gloves in boxing, and you got Rico. Do you understand where we at in heavyweight boxing? That Francis Ngannou, in my opinion, I think he beat Tyson Fury. I know people was like, no, he did. He beat Tyson Fury. Nobody could tell me nothing. That dude beat Tyson Fury. The only reason there was people that didn't want to say that Francis Ngannou beat Tyson Fury is because they were trying to hold on to the narrative of Tyson Fury beating Deontay Wilder. And the Wilder fans are the one that keeps Tyson Fury name alive out here on this side of the pond. And no. Francis Ngannou beat Tyson Fury. And Rico, I can't say that he beat Usyk because it could have gone to 12, and we don't know if Usyk would have stopped them, and that's why there's a lot of questions. But even the post-fight interview, look at Turki Al-Sheikh already putting, I don't want to see this mandatory. No, it's the rematch now. Yeah, the rematch. Do you want to fight him? Do you want to fight her? Do you want to fight him? No, shut the F up, Turki. You're confusing everybody right now. I don't even know the other guy. Give me the opportunity and shake hand. They ask Usyk, who do you want? Whichever I take it, I take both of them in the same day. Shut the F up, Usyk. You could even take this Rico in the same day. Because, now, you the man. No, sorry, I love Usyk, but you ain't gonna give me that ego now. Don't give me that ego. Oh, I'll fight both of them in the same day. You're not funny today. You're not funny today. Usyk, you brought respect back when you beat Tyson Fury. Guys, I'm saying this because the best win. Okay, what is the best win of Usyk's career? Come on now. In the chat, help me out. What's the best victory in Usyk's career? I think it's Tyson Fury. Him becoming the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Oh, I thought it was. But guess what? Usyk beat Tyson Fury after Fury, in my opinion, lost to Francis Ngannou. And that's why on this side of the pond, ESPN wasn't talking about the fight like that. Remember, this is supposed to be heavyweight undisputed. We've been waiting for almost a quarter of a century. That's why I didn't have the hype. Because Tyson Fury lost so much respect that this is supposed to be the best, Usyk versus Fury. But guess what Usyk does? He beats Tyson Fury. He brings respect back to the heavyweight division. And then Usyk, in my opinion, wets the bed versus Rico. Now we're looking at this heavyweight. Who is really Tyson Fury? Who is Tyson Fury's best victory? People will say Deontay Wilder. But in this side of the pond, even Teddy Atlas, that people respect Teddy Atlas. I remember I did a live and I did videos about, Teddy Atlas is just a hater and blah blah blah. And people, when I talk about Teddy Atlas, people hate me because Teddy Atlas is the analyst of all analysts. He's the Bible. He's the one that said that Teddy Atlas was the one that said that Deontay Wilder don't know how to fight. And I did a video about it years ago. I said, this is an embarrassment. Bro, why are you going to, with that type of platform and that type of credibility in your voice, you're going to say that Deontay Wilder, the heavyweight champion of the world, don't know how to fight. All right, so now that people were saying, people kept on saying Deontay Wilder don't know how to box. Deontay Wilder just got a right hand. Deontay Wilder is a one-trick pony. So you got the best heavyweight in Tyson Fury having a trilogy with a one-trick pony. Tyson Fury's best win was Deontay Wilder, but Deontay Wilder is regarded as a guy that can't box. That's his best win. Usyk's best win is Tyson Fury, that lost to a novice in Francis Ngannou. This heavyweight division is trash. That's it. This heavyweight division is trash. It's trash. We don't know who is who. Everything is smoke and mirrors in the heavyweight division. Everything has a domino effect. The heavyweight division is smoke and mirrors. And it's gotten to the point that almost everything in boxing is smoke and mirrors. Do I want to believe that? No, but we all know that the ranking system is broken. There's a lot of politics in the ranking system. We understand that only because you got a belt, that doesn't mean that you're a real champion. A fighter will lose today and then get a world title shot the next day, and then somebody get elevated. Everything in boxing is what you call it? Unraveling. Legends and boxers will say that the belts don't matter. The ranking system is broken. People losing to novices. What are we looking at now? I'm a lifetime boxing fan. And I used to hate when people used to question what I'm questioning now. What am I looking at right now? Who's really the one? Who's really good? Who's really it? Are you really that great? Is greatness now or the term elite watered down? Who's really elite? If Alexander Usyk is the pound for pound number one, arguably in the world, that's our pound for pound number one, who gets embarrassed by a kickboxer, and then the best heavyweight who gets embarrassed by an MMA guy. This is the reason why now people disrespect boxers like never before. I remember growing up, the Golden Glove champion in the community was the champ, the superhero. Back in the days, your Golden Glove boxer champion, right, was the guy that yo, watch out for him. He a boxer. Yo, watch out for him. Yo, he could fight. Yo, he's like the Superman in the block, the guy that everybody's respect. I don't know if y'all ever had the Golden Glove fighter around your hood or around your community, but those that understand. The fighter, the boxer, you're a great amateur in your community. He don't even need to be a professional yet. He was respected. Everybody, the drug dealers, the women, the people in the stores, the small businesses. Yo, champ. Yo, champ. Your world champion today will walk the streets of New York and people won't even know who the fuck he is. Excuse my language. They don't respect boxers no more. These boxers could barely put great sentences together. And then when they got the spotlight, they don't perform, man. They don't perform. And I'm saying in general, yes, we had some great fights. Yes, we got some great fighters. Yes, we got some elite fighters. It's just not enough. And then when they do something great, when is the next time we're going to see them? Think about it. Even when one of the greatest performances of our generation was Terrence Bud Crawford beating Earl Spence, two elite guys, two in their prime, in that weight class, in a lucrative, historically weight class in the welterweight division. But the next time that we seen Terrence Bud Crawford was a year later. See, right there, he could have fought in December or Jerome Booth and it's all Virgil Ortiz and would have kept it rolling. So now we needed to wait a whole nother year for Terrence Bud Crawford. And then when Terrence Bud Crawford fought, he performed versus Majimo. Oh, this is the great guy. And then we needed to wait another year. And then the performance with him and Canelo Alvarez. But that's 2 years span. You understand? Gervonta Davis, whether people like it or not, is the most one of the relevant highlighted names in the sport of boxing. He sells out arenas. He's one of the respected and liked by your favorite fighter. Your favorite American legend loves Gervonta Davis, whether you like it or not. Julio Cesar Chavez loves Gervonta Davis. Sugar Ray Leonard likes Gervonta Davis. Canelo Alvarez's favorite fighter is Gervonta Davis. Mike Tyson's favorite young fighter is Gervonta Davis. Everybody likes Tank Davis. Forget about how you feel on YouTube. I'm telling you what it is. And when I asked privately or publicly to Tio, remember we did a list. And I made Tio say, what is the most difficult top 5 potential fighters from number 1 to number 5? And guess who was number 1 for Tio? It was Tank. Shakur Stevenson was saying Tank will be his biggest fight. Devin Haney, Tank will be his biggest fight. Ryan Garcia already fought Tank, and he was saying that will be the biggest fight of this generation. Ladies and gentlemen, whether we like it or not, Gervonta Davis, in his era, is highly respected by those around him and by the legends of the game. Trust me. When's the last time Gervonta Davis fought? So Gervonta Davis is a guy that in his generation is one of the cash cows, him and Ryan Garcia. And we still don't know when Gervonta Davis is going to come. Right now, he got mandated to fight Kid Austin. Get so sad, bro. You think Tank is still Tank? I think Tank has all the intangibles to be the best fighter in his generation. Tank has natural twitch muscle speed, power. I think one of the things that a lot of people don't talk about Tank is Tank got a high IQ. Like, think about it. Even when we look at the fight with Ryan Garcia's left hook never looked so slow versus Tank. Tank was dodging all his left hooks. He was seeing it a mile away. Tank is a very small fight. And let's also not forget, I know that sometimes people don't like Tank and stuff like that because his career has, you know what I'm saying, he hasn't given us the fight that we've been asking him to give us at the timely fashion, at the time that we want to see the matchups. Gervonta Davis is naturally the smallest one. Yo, when I seen Gervonta Davis in person, I seen all of these guys in person. Gervonta Davis is tiny, bro. He's borderline a midget. And when he's in weight and he's skinny into his Gervonta Davis, yo, and anybody will vouch for it. If you see Gervonta Davis in person and then in shape, yo, this dude looks so small and tiny. This dude is a stick and small. Then you'll be like, yo, these guys, and he be putting people out like that. Tank is way smaller than T.O. Tank is way smaller than Shakur. He's small. He's a very short, small guy. I think that when he was made with the promotions, they really, once you made so much money without risking it, you're like, why risk it at all? You know what I'm saying? That's like when you have a flow. Why risk your flow? And put it this way, and I used to say this all the time. Can you blame Gervonta Davis because Gervonta Davis became a household name? He just doesn't sell out New York. He sold out New York, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Vegas, California. So or borderline sold out with the Pitbull cruise. I know they had the black sheets and stuff like that, but it was a great turnout. So Tank just doesn't sell out and just in one place. He's not like, you know, oh, just he's from New York or Baltimore, he'll sell out Baltimore. He sells out everywhere he goes. I've been to a Gervonta Davis event, and that's an event. And that was versus Hector Luis Garcia. Nobody knew who Hector Luis Garcia is. The Dominicans didn't even know who Hector Luis Garcia is. So once your money is flowing like that, why risk it, right? Then it would have been a bad business move if you risk it. And already people are saying he's already on the pound for pound list above the Shakur at the time, above the Shakurs and the T.O.s and the Devin Haney's. So he must be doing something right. I know as a pundit is like, no, come on, Tank. But in the business, I'm already looked up. The legends already think that I'm better than everybody else. I didn't need to fight everybody else. I'm already ahead in the pound for pound list, and I'm making more money than these guys. What do I have to prove to these guys? It looked like on paper, I'm already proven. I think that was misleading. That was detrimental to what the competitive nature that Gervonta Davis could have had. So you go along not fighting the fighters that we feel will give him a type of challenge, but then we're already giving him all the accolades. The money he's getting the money, he's getting the fan base, he's getting the notoriety, he's getting the respect. Tank robbed the Roach. No, the business robbed the Roach. Because even Tank told Roach, he said he's not going to get it. He said that shit before the fight. Tank is so powerful that the New York State Athletic Commission seen the review of Steve Willis calling a knockdown. They seen the review of him turning around, getting his eyes wiped by Calvin Ford, two right there. He could have lost the fight, disqualification, period. And and you ask anybody in boxing, the most credible commissions is the New York State Athletic Commission, the British Boxing Board of Control, and California Commission. If you ask any boxing people, the toughest commissions are New York State Athletic Commission, the Boxing Board of Control out there in the UK, and the California Commission. They saw it all and still says, not draw. Why? Because he draws. And they can't wait for Gervonta Davis to come back to New York. He sure did wave off the knockdown with that, hey, what you doing? Hey. Oh, my eye. My eyes is burning. Kenny, help. Dime mi gente. You remember, folks, that they used to say that Jake Paul, and shout out to Jake Paul. I like what Jake Paul has done in the sport of boxing, because Jake Paul is just not showcasing himself, but showcasing the ladies. And if y'all are familiar with the channel, I'm always been an advocate of women boxing. So I love what Jake Paul and Nakisa has done in this. And I knew, and I said this, I knew that Nakisa and MVP Jake Paul was going to succeed, because who was the brains of the UFC succeeding? A lot of people gave credit to Dana White. Sure, Dana White. Who advised Dana White? Who was with Dana White when the emerge of UFC was getting better and better and better? Who was the advisor of Dana White? Nakisa. I knew that Nakisa was going. I knew that MVP promotion was going to succeed in the sport of boxing. Look at what they're doing. Look at the Netflix and the ESPN. Nakisa is one of the smartest guys in the sport of boxing, and he hasn't gotten his credit. But you could see right now, Nakisa is the smartest guy. It's not about how these other people just give all this money. No, he's done it the right way, the proper way, the business way, the negotiation way. He's not a guy, I'm going to give you $10 million and you could come to me. No. Nakisa 420, the co-CEO of MVP, Jake Paul's partner. Nakisa is the brains that helped Dana White and the UFC. He was the advisor. So I knew it was going to work. A lot of people didn't know who Nakisa was. He was the guy in the shadows. You know what I'm saying? So Nakisa's the new account. No, he's not, bro. Nah, because he's not out there just splurging. He's not out there just splurging. He's doing it the right way. Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor is getting their money because they really generated that money. They generated that money selling out Madison Square Garden. That wasn't something that, we just going to give this person because they don't deserve it. They only got $1 million a piece. Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor only got $1 million a piece. As a matter of fact, MVP and Eddie Hearn, they quadruple their money. Think about it. They just got $1 million. You know how much money they made off that event? They quadruple. I remember, I did media credential one time, and he was talking about that, but not on camera, right? And I did an interview with Eddie Hearn, and I was asking him the question, but I didn't ask him. I was in that circle where he was talking about that Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano quadrupled their revenue in their first fight. They said that exceeded so much that they didn't have an idea that it was going to make so much money. Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor only made $1 million a piece. So that's what, $1 million, $2 million in the pot for the biggest fight in women boxing history, sold out Madison Square. I was there. That was sold out crowd. Fake Joe Paul ain't the mastermind. Nakisa is. Jake Paul is one of the products, though. I think Jake Paul is the product. Nakisa is Jake Paul is the introduction, is the product. He's the guy that's people going to. He's the one that's going to promote. He's the promoter. Nakisa is the mastermind, but Amanda Serrano gave MVP its credibility. If you understand what I'm trying to say, Because by bringing in Amanda Serrano, then it doesn't look like a clown show. Bringing in Amanda Serrano, that's when they took MVP serious. It's almost like the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. The Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson is the spectacle. But the real fight, the real legacy fight, was Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor, the rematch. That's how it was sold. That's what brought respect to that event. In the boxing, in terms of boxing, the sport of boxing. But remember the word spectacle. The spectacles, the business of the spectacle is alive and well. That's why people could see brand risk, Eden Ross overshadow the event, the Egypt event. People like spectacles now. People don't respect the sport of boxing anymore. People don't respect it anymore. Boxers are not respected, and because I don't even think that once they put so much money on the table, they don't have the brains like Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, in my opinion. Who's in the building? The Phenom in 135-pound division, or 40.
40, yeah, or 40.
Wherever he want to go. Floyd Schofield Kid Austin.
Yep. How you been, Punch?
Hey, yo, I've been good, man. I see a smile on your face. Hey, yo, remember the last time you was here and we heard the news that you was not going to get the fight that you want? Yeah. You're like, man, I'm not in the mood, man. Mad. Got to go to the gym. I'm not even motivated.
I was mad as hell. I'm not even going to lie, but, I'm happy. I'm just staying in the gym, staying sharp.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're catching on right now, if you haven't known, the WBA has ordered Gervonta Davis to face arguably his most dangerous. I'm gonna say it, the most dangerous, the opponent that they're gonna put in front of him. Nobody that Gervonta Davis picked. This is something, you know what I'm saying? Because most of his opponent was picked. You're not a pick opponent. You're an opponent that they telling Gervonta Davis it's time for you to fight. Yeah. Coming straight out of the first round knockout, Tevin Farmer. Surprised the world. Should have never been surprised, but leading up to the fight was questions, right? Knocked out Tevin Farmer in the first round. Now the ball is in Gervonta Davis' court. Talk to us when you got the news.
I ain't gonna lie, I got the news. My homies, they had sent it. They were like, yo, this real? I look at it, I'm like, hell nah. But then I look back at the phone. Well, let me go check real quick. So I go look. I'm looking like on when you search up on Google, it shows like news links and stuff. Okay, maybe this might be for real. Maybe somebody just started a good rumor. Yeah. So I see a link on the WBA website. I was like, damn, what? So I called my dad in the room. He started lecturing me about something. I don't even know what he's talking about. I hear all that. I show up my phone. He started screaming. He done run down the hallway. Like he ain't stopped yelling till he got to his side of the house. I swear. But it's all good because now it's a dream come true. I actually gotta live up and back up what my dad was saying. So now I get to do all that. Nah, that's what because I did the same thing. Because I seen it. Some people was posting it on X, formerly known as Twitter, and I'm like, all right. Let me see the other one. All right, it popped again. And then I went to the WBA website and I said, that's all right. Let's do the video now. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's good. That's good because the last time we spoke and your dad did say that, you know what? We got to get the legal teams to work behind this, you know? Yeah. So, and I said on the video before y'all did that interview with Mill, I didn't catch the whole thing, but I said the lawyers did, he had to put lawyers into that to make this fight happen. Because nobody else was talking about it. He did. I'm not gonna lie, because I probably got I ain't gonna lie, I probably got 15 minutes with you. I'm gonna let my dad hop on after, because I got a wifey acting all crazy and stuff. Hey, we can't have that type of problem leading up to a big fight like that, all right? No. She knows to stay in her lane. So, she's good with that, but I got another one on the way. So Hey, yo, he broke the news. The first one news I heard, Punch on Boxing. Yeah, you probably is the first one I told as far as out there. So like she been on my ass, bro. Like where I be eating, I eat how I eat. She be like, oh my god, you eating too loud. Go to the room. I mean, I'm like, I am in my room. She's like, well, go to the living room. I'm like, all right, cool. I punch. Swear to God, training. I'm training hard. I get home, see my son, give my son a kiss, play with him I'll play with you in the bed. Lay on the bed, take my socks off. I'll put my socks out of the bed. My bed, I paid for it. Why you putting your socks there? There's a hamper all the way over there. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The relationship. Congrats though, man. Congrats.
Yeah, got me a little girl now, a boy and a girl, so I'm happy.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful right there, man.
And that's why this fight is important, because it ain't for me, it's for my kids.
That's what's up, man. And so of course, man, it is ordered. It was ordered, but that is good news. It could be good news and bad news. He could easily say, you know what? I'm gonna relinquish my belt. I don't want to fight Kid Austin. Do you think that is gonna happen?
It could. I mean, anything's possible. It's 50-50 right now. I mean, Tank decides what he wants to do. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here. You know, y'all know my dad will. You're gonna say his part, but I'm not gonna sit here and say another man is scary, because it takes balls to get in the ring anyway.
Mm.
But I will say it's kind of unfair, because I want to fight you for the belt. I want to challenge myself, because if, let's say, play devil's advocate, someone goes in a ring, someone gets stopped, get knocked out, loses the fight. You gave me something that I can cherish. Now I know what I got to work on within myself to make sure I don't make that same mistake. If I go, I fight a fighter like Lucas Body, who I'm supposed to beat, who everybody knows I'm gonna beat. It's like, okay, like he ain't really learned nothing. If I go in there and stop him early, he ain't learned nothing, like how I did with Tevin. So I just think it would be unfair to not give me my shot, not give me my legacy fight. You know how, Devin could fight a Lomachenko, or fighter, even Ryan getting to fight Tank, the boogeyman. So I just think it'd be right for me. It's my time. It's my shot.
I think that'll be probably the best one of this of the era, in terms of, we could say the guys that's 30 years old and down. I mean, we've had the T.O. and the Loma, we had the Shakur and the T.O., we had the Ryan and Devin, of course, as an abstract. We had the Tank and Ryan, but you beating Tank for the belt, he's undefeated, you undefeated. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be one of the, probably arguably the best win of the era, because a lot of people do hold Tank in high regards, whether people like how his career or his resume, whatever. But at the end of the day, I've seen a lot of legends say that their favorite fighter, from Canelo to Mike Tyson, a lot of his peers respect him. You know what I'm saying? So I think that he's probably, if you get that fight, that's like double dipping on legacy. You know what I'm saying?
What?
My English is my second language. I said double dipping. double dipping on legacy. Double dipping on legacy. Like you're not getting a vacant world title. You're not just beating Lucas Body for the world title. You're beating Gervonta Davis for the title. Is a respectable name for the title.
Yeah, and I mean, it's no disrespect to Body, but then again, it would be much more greater for my career to take that belt from a fighter like Tank. I mean, don't get me wrong, Body's I guess he has power, but that's about all he got. I ain't gonna lie, because he was getting his ass whipped in that Ashton fight, the whole fight. That's my bad. I swear, I be thinking to myself, my fault.
Hey, that's gonna be a phrase now. Double dicking.
Bro, they killing you with that, bro. I was like, no, he didn't say that. I knew what you meant to say, bro.
You really knew what I had to say.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. When you said double dicking, I was like,
even but anyway, yeah, man. All right, put it this way: if you had the opportunity to face Gervonta Davis and the opportunity to fight for the vacant title for and fight Lucas Body, what would you choose? If you had those two opportunities, huh? If Tank didn't have a belt and it's just Gervonta Davis and Lucas Body for the vacant world title, what would you choose?
hear me out. Me, how I would look at it. I could go chase the belt. I could fight body. Easy. Like taking candy from a baby, no offense. But in my opinion, doesn't give me none. Lucas Body ain't no Tevin Farmer, if we being for real. He doesn't even have the same skill set as Tevin Farmer. If you know boxing, you know Lucas Body doesn't have, he might have more power, but he doesn't have the skill set. So, I'm calling my phone. Anyway, so he doesn't have the same skill set. But I think me fighting Tank without a belt, one is going to set my family free because he brings the crowd, he brings the money. I'm going to be a millionaire, multi-millionaire most likely after this fight. And then on top of that, you beat the top guy, you don't need no belt. You going for your shots. Like, I just beat Tank. Like something Devin, Shakur, Tio, Keyshawn, these guys is not pushing to fight Tank. I'm the youngest one hasn't fought in a year, 23. I think that alone, you might never even. Of course, you would have to go up in competition, but as far as a belt, you probably didn't even need a belt to make money after that.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. We ain't living in the era. Does the belt really matter, or does the belt matter who has it? Because if it's Tank doesn't have the belt and you still fight him in a 135 and beat him, it will be a better win than any win at 135 anyway. Even whoever holds the title,
I think, me personally,
that's tough.
I'm not so much into the belts right now because
I get it.
The sanctioning fees. There's just a whole lot of stuff behind it. Politics. It's all about giving the best fights. We could, me, Shakur, or me, Keyshawn, whoever, we could put on a fight without a belt. We could sell seats without belts. Belts are just like trophies. And of course, growing up, and still, I want to have something to pass down to my kids and show my kids, like, here, this is what your dad, this is your grandfather earned. But then at the end of the day, belts don't pay the bills, and that's what I had to learn. Like I said, somebody could die in the ring tomorrow. What they gotta go work regular jobs now, and because you didn't decide to chase the money, you wanted belts and stuff like that. So,
but let's help clean it up. When the belt organizations go by their rules, then the belts gets respected. The ranking system is respected. When they follow their rules, then yes, the belts matter, and it gets respected by the public. Is when we see certain things like, oh, this fighter loses and then he get a world title shot to get placed a number one ranking in you know what I'm saying? That's when people start losing respect. Like, oh, the WBC has sanctioned have ranked Rico to fight Alexander Usyk, but look what happened. You know what I'm saying? What happened yesterday was crazy to me. Can I get your take on that? What you thought about Alexander Usyk?
But I'm like, my friends, they got like a boxing group chat. They was telling me like Usyk was down by a lot, and then it was a bad stoppage, and I seen a video of Turki saying it was a bad stoppage. So I'm gonna definitely go back tonight and rewatch the fight because I do want to be able to give my take on that actually, because I know people got like Usyk up there number one pound for pound. So I'm trying to see if that's really true. I've never really. I don't think I've ever watched an Usyk fight actually.
Oh wow, you're not an Usyk fan?
I just don't really watch boxing this fight. If they're not in my weight class,
all right,
I'm not really watching the fights unless it's like a big anticipated fight. Like if it's like AJ and Fury, I'm gonna watch that.
All right.
If it's around my weight class, I usually tend. If not, then I'm not watching heavyweights because I don't really gain nothing from it.
Now you've been in camps with Gervonta Davis. I'm not sure if you sparred when Gervonta Davis and you was out there in Vegas while Sean Porter was preparing for Terrence Crawford. But y'all was there around the same time, right?
We was there at the same time. We just never sparred.
Y'all never sparred. And then there was in Miami, y'all was in the camp before?
Yeah, that Miami
with the Russian
was rocking.
When the Russian rocked him?
Rocked him. He got out the ring, bro. Tank
tell us that story. Tell us that story one more time. Tell us that for the people that didn't you.
One more time. And no disrespect to Tank. I was there with AB Tank. They brought me down because I was with the guy Curtis Meeks, great dude. So he was just trying to get me out of Texas. So we went down to Miami. Boom, boom, boom. Sparring day come. Everybody got to weigh in, step on the scale, see where everybody weights at. Tank steps on the scale like 176. This is when Tank was still kind of like he was just unprofessional.
Having fun.
Yeah. So these Russians come in. I remember these Russians. They was rocking. And Russians come in. He try to bully him. He say, turn off the bell. So we are looking like, turn off the bell. Like, shit, okay, cool. I'm hoping I don't got to go in there. I need my breathers. I'm still a 4-round fighter.
Yeah.
Shit. So they get in. I think he do like 4 or 5 rounds. He get out that ring, bro. He like literally walk out the ring. Like bell rings, they still got more rounds to do. He walk out the ring, bro.
He was.
God.
They were putting. They put hands on him.
They put hand, bro.
Hands, feet, elbows on him.
It wasn't just Tank. I was fighting for my life in that ring too. But I held my own. Yeah. It was a dude named Otar. Forgot his last name, but his first name is Otar. We was in that thing rocking. After that, I got my respect because AB was kind of like chumping me a little bit. Robert Easter was chumping me. After that, I got their respect. I mean, you can ask him too. Like, we was just in rocking. But I think everybody, I ain't get my ass handed to me, but majority of the fighters in that gym had some good work with them Russians. Xander was there. It was Xander's gym, actually, in Miami.
Okay. All right. Javier Centeno's gym?
Yeah, it was his gym.
Okay. Shout out to Javier Centeno. I think he's an underrated trainer. I think a lot of people haven't given him his respect that he deserves.
Just ask him, brother. You got the source right there.
Yeah, I'll definitely. You know that Xander's eyes going to be fighting Boots Ennis, so I'm going to ask him about that.
Xander, man. Xander about knockout.
Boots?
You
got Xander fight? You got Xander's eyes knocking out Boots?
That's my guy. I grew up with Xander, man. Like, we was kids, bro.
Yeah, we got Xander.
Don't get him started. He's gonna start putting bets. Anyway,
what's up, Pops? Yeah. Xander. Yo, before you would have asked me a year, 2 years ago, Xander and Boots, I would have had Boots. But I think that Xander is daring to be great. He's asking for this fight. He could easily take any fight. He got a bunch of voluntary bouts that he could take. And he's taking this Boots fight. Boots, in my opinion, I think is looking at Xander's eyes as the weakest link at 154. I think that's why he's taking this fight.
That's a mistake because that boy can box.
But they don't know. They don't know the camps that he was in. Like, he was in the camps we was in, the Adrian Broner camps. They don't know his IQ that he got. He's ready for Boots. We watched him spar some of these bigger ones, and he was a kid like Floyd. And he's the only one top ranked ever went as an amateur, signed him, and still allowed him to compete.
16 years old.
So they seen the greatness. Boots gonna find out. He gonna find out.
Yeah, that's a crazy because Xander he's fundamental. He can box his straight punches. Like, we seen him in his last fight when he had to dog it out. The boy can fight.
Shout out to High Low. If his moonshine has to be great, but the Frost of Flames. Good looking now, my brother, with the $2 super chat. Yo, I do think this is a closer fight because I do think that Xander's look like the Incredible Hulk right now. Like,
he's big, bro. He's big. When I sparred him, he was big, but now like he's big.
And the thing is, he's 23 years old too. He's your age.
Yeah, he's younger than me though. Yeah.
So that's why I'm going with they say mental is what win fights as well. So I'm looking at this more and more as a 50-50 fight. I am.
Hey, no. They trolling in the comments. Y'all better chill on my pops, bro.
What they talking about on
Nah, they said, what the fuck is that in the back?
Oh, they know
That's my dad, bro. Relax, dude.
Nah,
only one Xander's eyes, you in the Barclay night.
No, let me make sure they can see me good. Hey,
yes, I am. I'm going to that fight, though. I'm going to that. Let me ask you. So, okay, we talk about this Tank and Kid fight. What do you see in Tank? What have you seen in Tank's couple fights that you could neutralize them? You don't got to give the game plan, but what do you see the weakness in Tank? What do you see? How you see this fight coming out?
Why it got to be a weakness? It's no weakness. Tank is just great. We want to fight the greatest ones. We've been saying that.
We want the original Pops.
And no, I am being original Pops, but for real, we want the final boss. This is the final boss. This is the top of the mountain. You take Tank out, pillow punches Shakur ain't no threat. Mason Glass Chin ain't no threat. The mama's boy who's gonna break down mentally ain't no threat. The only one that's a threat really is Tank. So why not face him right now? Just like Canelo faced Floyd Mayweather. If you lose, you don't lose nothing. Your value go up and you live to fight another day. If you win, you gain the world. So it's a win-win for you regardless. And you going home with some M's. So it's not a weakness. And Tank is just, I feel, it's just time. It's time. He say he's the best. He haven't fought nobody on fair ground. Like either they was dehydrated, they was bigger but dehydrated, or they was smaller and moved up.
Or
And
they picked, because this ain't handpicked right here.
yeah, I had to go to the courts. I had to really hire lawyers because they was violating the Ali Act, all of them. And that's why I emphasize to these young boxers to know the laws. And so hired attorneys, went to federal court, and all that got overturned. All that negotiating with Pitbull, and no, within 9 months of a person winning the title from the WBA, they gotta fight their mandatory.
Yeah.
We've been this mandatory for a year. Like, come on, you done fought Roach, done moved him up over us. Y'all done gave Lucas Body a title eliminator. So it's like, yo, y'all just really gonna jump right past us like we not sitting here with 2 WBA titles. So that's why I had to push the issue, and it worked.
What's your instincts saying? That he accept the order, or will he drop his belt? What your instinct tells you?
You know, I've been telling you from day one, Tank ain't getting in that ring with Kid Austin. Tank said out of his own mouth, I would never get in the ring with that kid. All we saying is give us our belt. You up here making plans at 140. What the hell you holding the belt for? Like, we haven't fought in a year because you're in recess and you get the belt back. And it's like, come on, you holding up us, Lucas Body, Gary Russell, everybody in line. Because he want to be a diva and just hold the belt. If you planning to fight at 140, what the hell you got the belt for?
There is I know because of the way that he performed versus Lamar Roach, there's people that feel like he lost that fight. The Pitbull Cruz fight, he challenged Gervonta Davis, so people will want to see. These are potential fights, so I know that there could be potential options for him in which he could like dodge this order, duck out, and go after them, and then people will feel like
he can't dodge nothing. It's a federal law. You can't dodge nothing. You either gonna fight us or vacate that belt.
That's what I'm saying. That he will vacate the belt so he could and go after the other options.
Do that. It don't bother us which way Tank go with it. The bottom line is it's illegal for a champion to hold up the whole line. That's illegal.
Yeah.
It's a violation of the Ali Act for sanctioning body to allow that to happen. That's why the Ali Act is in place.
But I think the people should push for this fight better because you're young, you're strong, the athleticism, the momentum y'all have, and knocking out Tevin Farmer in the first round. And Tevin Farmer and Gervonta Davis used to go back at it back in the days as well. So I think the momentum that your son got, the youth, the promising, the hype as well, with a Gervonta Davis comeback, I think that would be a great matchup. I think that's the best matchup to make for Gervonta Davis at 135.
I'm saying the same damn thing. Gervonta, pardon me, Gervonta need a tune-up, so they say. Floyd haven't fought in a year. Gervonta haven't fought in a year and a half. They say Floyd don't have the IQ, and we all know Floyd ain't in his prime yet. He's still a kid. He don't even got the frontal cortex developed, the pathological thinking. So I'm trying to give Tank a chance. And I always said that. He won't step in the ring, but I'm trying to give him a chance. He ain't beating no 25-year-old Floyd, no 26-year-old Floyd with his grown man strength. If Floyd knocking out grown men now, easy. Imagine him when he have his grown man strength. So I'm trying to give them a chance, putting them in the ring. But these dudes been in camps with Floyd. They're not going to get in that ring. They're not dumb. That's why the shit happened in Saudi Arabia. Because people didn't want us to make it in that ring. So they felt they had to poison with the drugs they poisoned and tried to kill him because they didn't want him in that ring. But we here now. That's our belt. We here now.
Yeah, I like that fight. I like that fight because even it's just the matchup as well. It's not just the names, but it's the matchup. It's the stylistic fight. You know what I'm saying?
I told everybody.
What round?
I can't call around, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be like Sonny Liston and Ali. I believe they're gonna quit in the corner because he's gonna take too many punches. Kid hit too hard, too fast, too many angles, and Kid has a very high IQ. That's why they was hiring Kid to get them ready for their title fights. So now the world gonna see this guy that all of them seen in the ring. And I love it, but I say it's a 50-50 fight only because if I say Floyd is just gonna wash Tank, people gonna think I'm crazy. But when I said he was going to wash Tevin, people thought I was crazy.
True. Especially Tevin Farmer coming out those performances versus William Cepeda, where a lot of people held William Cepeda in high regards, and a lot of people felt that he did beat William Cepeda in the first fight, so nobody was giving you a chance. What you was predicting was going to happen, and you supersede everybody's expectations in that performance.
And exactly like I said, we're going to come up here and fight Tank. Remember, you was here from the beginning. Yeah. From the Bill Haney argument. And I called all of this how it was going to happen. Mm-hmm. And now we here. I said Tank ain't going to get in the ring. So if Tank don't get in the ring, it just proves exactly what I said. Tank is scared of Kid and won't get in that ring with Kid.
Now we've heard the term duck in so many situations, but the real duck is this: when you're ordered to duck and mandated to fight somebody, and you drop your belt. That is a duck.
When somebody got to go to the law to get you to do as a champion supposed to do, that's a duck. And then the fact that people, even if they don't think Kid got a chance, to condone this type of behavior from a champion. Like, yo, you really not going to fight your mandatories? Then why are you champion? If you got things to do where you don't want to fight and be champion, move over and let the boxing world still continue, So it is what it is. I can't see why people allow that, though. They sitting there acting, oh, no, like Kid don't deserve a shot, man. We've been a champion for a year and a half with 2 WBA belts, defending them for a year and a half. Mm-hmm. So it's like, come on, this kid earned that shot. And anybody who say Kid don't deserve it, they crazy.
Yeah, I think he deserves it. He deserves it. He's been in position. So even if people feel like, oh, they don't like Kid or whatever, they don't like you, or they just haters, in the end of the day, on the books, written, you guys all the mandatory challenge, and they already order it. So it's time for Gervonta Davis to make that decision by what, June 22nd?
June 22nd, he either got to make that decision to fight us or vacate. One or the other. And I'm going to have a countdown every day. We all gonna stay tuned, because I'm telling you, either way, we cool. Either way, we good. People say we chasing for the money. We making the money anyway, whether it's him, Lucas, Body, Gary, any of them, we making M's. So it's like...
And if it go to purse bid, man, that's going to be one hell of a bid.
Like another 4 million. So it's like, and that's not even, hopefully it don't go to purse bid, because you want to eat off the back end. You want some of that pay-per-view money, some of that licensing money, but it is what it is. Either way, you touch your M's. Floyd won before he even stepped in the ring. All he got to do is make it into that ring. He won.
And I think, to be honest, I think it should be an easy fight to make now that we see Golden Boy Promotions working with PBC. We've seen the David Benavidez versus Suldo Ramirez. That worked out. We've seen the Canelo versus Jaime Munguia. So, and Oscar De La Hoya did say that he's in good terms with PBC and Lou de Cuba. So I think that this is a easy fight to make right now, that it doesn't have to go to purse bid, and everybody going to be happy with the money they could be making.
Yeah, Tank kind of need this fight to make that big next mega Shakur fight or whatever he need to do. He need to do that type of thing. Pitbull ain't going to fight him. He don't want to risk a Roach who already beat him, so to say. Now he going there a second time and this guy can actually beat him. He don't need that risk after being off a year and a half. So Kid Austin is the only real option that could go pay-per-view, and he could make $10 to $15 million Tank off of this, and then off the back end. So I don't see why he won't take the fight. But if he don't, everybody, if y'all can't see that's a duck or some form of fear, then y'all crazy. He gonna take that. He gonna turn down 10 to 15 million to fight a kid that's green, that don't even have his grown man strength. Like, it is what it is.
I think this is the first fight, and I'm not even gonna say the Ryan Garcia, because once we heard about the catchweight and the rehydration clause, then many people felt that it wasn't even a fair fight. But I think this fight right here is the first fight that Gervonta Davis could have going into the fight, and people like, wow, I think this is going to be dangerous. Because people didn't feel like that with Pitbull Cruz, because Pitbull Cruz was a substitute to Rolly Romero getting, remember they postponed the fight because of the sexual assault, whatever thing that he was going through. So people didn't believe in Rolly after he performed versus Jackson Martinez. And Pedraza was drained and stuff like that. We heard the story out there in Puerto Rico with him that he was way overweight. So I think this is the fight. And Hector Luis Garcia moving up from 130. So this is the fight that I believe that people are gonna go into the fight thinking, yo, this is a dangerous fight for Gervonta Davis. People ain't give Lamar Roach they didn't give him a chance. Everybody was saying he was gonna get knocked out in the third round. But this is the fight that people are gonna be going into the fight saying, yo, this is a dangerous fight. And I do think so. This is a dangerous fight for Gervonta Davis, especially if he's not here mentally. Because he could be there physically, but if he's not there mentally, because for this fight, he got to be there mentally and physically.
Even if he in there mentally, he don't stand a chance. Lamont Roach was 130 and came up. Lamont Roach ain't known for having power like that. Mm-hmm. He ain't taking those punches that from kid that Lamont was landing. He won't be standing, or he'll be buckled, or his face be swelled up. So this is a 50-50 fight for both of them. And it's a good fight at this moment in time. Tank need this type of fight unless he's going across the street with Turki in him. I mean, that's the only other place he's really going to make that type of money. So if he don't take it, he ducking us. And it is what it is.
What do you think is his best attributes, though? I mean, you could say, in the game plan, you can't say the weakness, but what do you think is Tank Davis' best attribute?
Tank got a lot of good attributes. Number one, his heart. His nuts. He's a gorilla in there. His straight left. He got an amazing straight left that he used like if it's a jab from his switching stance. This is two switch fighters. This is the first time it's two experienced switch fighters fighting each other. So the chessboard now is a whole different ball game. So Tank kind of met me in his match, as far as that go. So it's like Tank got a lot of attributes. He could take punches. He could take a punch. He could go to 3-zone real low and come up with power using his legs explosively. So you got to remember, I've been watching Tank since he was a kid. I watched him when him and Elijah sparred each other. I watched him when he knocked out Cam. I watched him and Tank when sparring Sean Porter, because we was in the camp as the small partners for Sean Porter. I seen them sparring Russians from Warriors boxing thing at Adrian Broner camp. So this ain't nothing new to me watching a Tank.
And I heard that Tank was putting it on Porter.
Tank could put it on everybody, in a sense. Every man could. But the thing is, Tank got flaws too. I seen his strengths, but I also seen his weaknesses. So it's a good thing. I want to go against Calvin Ford and them, because to me as a strategist for my son to go against their brilliant 2 or 3 minds in the corner against my one, it's going to be really good. And I get to show my greatness as a strategist in boxing. And that's the thumbs up to my dad, who taught me how to be a coach and taught me this game. So this is going to be a good battle if he take the fight. The fans going to win. And I guarantee you it would be a trilogy. I guarantee you. Because taking a rematch clause. And in the second fight, it will be a little better for Tank. He'll be a little warmed up. And they might rob us on the scorecards. Yeah. And we'll go to the third fight.
I think the styles is a great matchup, and I think that one of the things that I do that people don't give Tank credit is his IQ. So it's good that you said that, because a lot of people don't even mention about his IQ, and I said that earlier on. And one of the things about Tank, he don't waste punches. They got him, as the most accurate power puncher in boxing. He's accurate. He don't waste punches. He don't waste movement. He's a very, very smart fighter. And I think that's what people really don't talk about, because probably his explosiveness overshadows. It's almost like Mike Tyson. People never credit his defenses, the way he slipped punches, because he's so offensively sound. But the way that he got into in the inside was because of his peekaboo style, slipping punches. We never seen Mike Tyson really get caught with punches, even in his prime, and people never credit his defense. So I think a lot of people never credit Gervonta Davis' IQ as well.
They got the same style. They both were switch fighters. Mike Tyson was a switch fighter too. They'll square their body up so they could get their backhand there faster. But remember, every style have a counter style. And if the person doing that style wrong, that counter style gonna expose that. We know Tank flaws. We know Tank. We know Tank like the back of our hand. It's gonna be a good fight, but I'm guaranteeing you can't gonna stop Tank.
Who could you got any names that you would have to bring into spar to help y'all spar in the training camp for Gervonta Davis?
Gervonta ain't as hard as y'all think he is. Not to us, because we know the style. One thing about boxing is you're supposed to take away the person's strengths and exploit their weaknesses. We know his strengths. Kid got the ability to take away his strengths, and we know his weaknesses.
You know what's going on is that look what happened yesterday. Is that the boxing world may think that something should be easy, and then we see Alexander Usyk versus Rico, a kickboxer that never really laced up. The pair of never been in a sweet science fight with the elite, a guy that's arguably the best technician, pound for pound, #1 in the world. So it's like, you could be the smartest, you could be a pundit, you could be studying boxing 24/7, and you'd be like, Alexander Usyk, or this person is going to be this person. But then we see that is like, this is one thing about in the sport of boxing, we just don't know what to expect. We don't know when somebody's going to show up.
Corruption. I mean, if people can't see with their own eyes, when corruption happens, corruption is corruption. I mean, if a person, the whole job of a ref is to protect the fighter when he can't protect himself. If the fighter is still slipping and protecting himself, why are you in there stopping it? Now
he stopped it after the bell.
And this guy is up on all cards. He didn't go, he's not in trouble. So then you got to look like, what's behind the scenes? Something ain't right. But like you said, it's boxing. You can't leave it to no judges. You got to go in there every round to hurt that person and knock them out. If you got to damn near kill them in that ring, because they coming in there to kill you. It's a fact. This ain't no sport. This ain't basketball. Somebody is going to put you in a coma. They're going to kill you. So we don't take this Tank fight lightly. But I think my boy is going to hurt Tank.
You got the confidence that he's gonna knock out Tank, but do you also feel like that he has to knock him out, knowing what happened with Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, and what the New York State Athletic Commission, they review what we all saw and still kept it the same, that we all just seen that this politics are corrupted in the sport of boxing. Do you feel that that's the only way that your son could win this fight versus Gervonta Davis, knowing what happened to the Lamont Roach situation?
Yeah, we got to totally dust Tank off. We ain't gonna win on the scorecard. If y'all really believe that, we gonna go over there and win on the scorecards. And Tank is in line to make $40 million and all that. If y'all think they're gonna really let us get it on the close scorecard, or even the scorecard where kid is winning, if y'all really believe that, then that's on y'all. For us, we take it like we gotta stop Tank, and we got 12 rounds to do it to stop Tank. And it's that simple. If we don't stop Tank, then it's on us if we don't win.
It's sad and unfortunate, but I think that's the only way that y'all might have to win. It's knock him out.
Yeah.
Because that's an eye opener right there. And even Tank told Lamont Roach, you ain't gonna get it before the fight.
It's crazy. It's crazy how boxing became like that. If the champion's supposed to fight the #1 guy, not a Lamont Roach that came from another division and skipped the whole line, never campaigned at 135, suddenly skipped the line. So boxing became weird like that. Right now, it ain't about belts no more. We're going to get this belt, but now it's just about entertaining fights and popularity in boxing. If you're not popular, you ain't going to get the money fights. So
I got your eye on Tank. The WBA got your eye on this fight. But if he does neglect to fight his mandatory, who's the next one up? Who's the next one up? I know his body, maybe a potential Gary Russell. Who do y'all really want?
Who we want is Tank. But Lucas Body won a title eliminator to fight for the belt. So if Tank don't fight, automatically Lucas Body won the title eliminator. So we fight Lucas Body, unless he do like he did just a couple months ago, to about I need more time, then it go to Gary Russell. So I know that, and I don't think Gary Russell would duck out of it. I think he'll take the fight. So those are two that's in line if Tank don't take it. But I hope Tank take it. Win, lose, or draw, I think it would be an interesting fight for the fans. And I believe it will be one of those fights they will be watching generations from now of how good it was.
I love the Tank fight. I actually like the Gary Russell fight more than the Body fight. Body is younger, he's more fresher, but I like it because I think that Gary Russell's one of the smartest fighters of his generation, and that right there for me, the IQ, we would really know where kid IQ has grown from a Gary Russell fight, in my opinion.
I would like the Gary Russell one. The Body one is a political one. It's just allegedly political one because people, I'm telling you, people lawyer happy. But how he moved up the ranks to come to number 2, how? He didn't compete, he didn't really beat nobody like that. He beat Ashton. Ashton wasn't even ranked up all the way like this for him to even jump up there like that. The only thing that was giving Ashton some pop is because Kid wanted to fight, because Kid was going to fight him. Ashton just had fame because he was a Jake Paul fighter, not what he did. So he wasn't even ranked. So this guy get ranked for knocking out a guy that's not even ranked over here. How? That's political and that's money. So that's just boxing. So I would love to fight Gary Russell because he earned it.
Yeah.
Opposed to somebody who just got people with bigger pockets that could make deals and have you skip the line like that. Because just look at the people who Lucas Body fought, their rankings. How the hell you making in the top 10 fight in 155s? And that same thing that happened with Mason. They gave him a dude that was 155, and that made him move up to number 1 to fight for the title. How? He's number 12, fight number 155, and mathematically don't even add up. But that's just corruption in boxing. People better learn the Ali Act. They better learn it like the back of their hand.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, when you had that interview, that's when I checked out the interview when you was having an interview with Mill City, and that was the part when you said, and I put something in the comment section right when I tuned in. You said about fighters learning the Muhammad Ali Act, how to promote themselves, how to maneuver in this boxing. And I said, I tried telling boxers this and that. All boxers care about is the bonus money. That's all they care about. They read the contract is the bonus. That's all they care about. And they think that, okay, they're signed for 4 years or 4 to 5 years, whatever the standard contract is saying. They think that their ego is up. Oh, don't worry about my contract, and that's when I'm gonna get all this money. But I think that's the problem. Like you could teach them the game, but a lot of fighters have so much ego. They just want that advance or the bonus money, and that's all they read. And boom, then they start crying later about their contract.
Because that's how we was conditioned. They chasing that carrot. Hold on, let me turn this light on real fast.
Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. We got Floyd Schofield Kid Austin, Floyd Schofield Sr. in the building. The 360, base at the 360.
They chasing that carrot. And that's all that is. They'll chase a bonus but leave so much money under the table and on the table. Because they blinded by this bonus that they don't really know what's going on. And they leave so much money. These people make so much money off of boxers. Boxers chasing, he got a $5 million fight, but they made $200 million off the fight. Like,
and that's why people can't. They need to stop painting. I don't understand. They need to stop because I feel like, can you imagine a career of Kid Austin if it wasn't for you? Can you imagine Devin Haney's career if it wasn't for Bill Haney learning the business of boxing and maneuvering the way that he maneuvered his son? Like, they want y'all out, but nah, y'all gotta stay there so y'all sons won't be taken advantage of like a lot of these fighters be taken advantage of. There's one thing about fathers being in their son's corner, but there's also fathers that don't understand the business of boxing as well, that their son is being taken advantage of, but because they don't know the business of boxing, they let others take advantage of their own sons, under their nose.
That's why I'm gonna put together a DVD to teach all his contracts, everything to walk them through, because a lot of them don't know. Dads like me that come from lower income areas, we get to this point, we didn't know.
Documentary, you mean the DVD? Nobody got no DVD.
No, we actually got a movie coming out. After this fight, win, lose, or draw, that's the end of the movie, The Pursuit of Happiness 2. It's the end of the movie. Oh. So like we really making big moves, a big announcement coming out soon. Floyd made a major deal with a major brand that's gonna have a glove and shoe for him, and also he'd be the face of it. So we're gonna have big things happening. Me and Bill is two different beings, though. Yeah. That's what I don't get. We all both business.
No, but you understand what I'm trying to say in terms of.
We businessmen, and we helping our young sons become businessmen and navigate through a land of sharks, of businessmen and lawyers that's there to try to rape them. Remind you, a fighter, they'll get paid their paycheck. A promoter get 25%. A manager get 20%. Uncle Sam get 30%. Not counting all the other people that's taken out, and he didn't even pay his team yet. So if he don't know how to navigate and write all of this stuff off, they'll never make money, and it's designed that way to keep you enslaved. They don't want these brown men walking around making hundreds of millions of dollars. They could do things in communities to uplift communities. Why would we do that? So if people see the bigger picture, they'll learn this boxing business. They'll learn entertainment law, and once they get there, they'll be good.
Shout out to High Low, Mr. Moonshine, the keeper of objectivity in the sport of boxing. Good looking now, High Low.
And people click, isn't it? They supposed to click and like and subscribe and shit like that.
Of course, they know the drill. They know the drill. They should know the drill. They should know the drill. But yo, boxing, the spectacles in boxing is alive and well. The business of boxing is alive and well.
We made it, Punch. You remember that first interview? Do you remember how Kid grew up? Remember how quiet? People don't know our history.
Yeah,
made it, brother, for real, for real.
Yeah,
this was a dream. We was laughing about it. Bill had his wacko moment on me. You was the one who promoted us. Most people don't realize that. That's why I had to circle back and do this interview. Yeah. You was the one who promoted us. It wouldn't have been no Kid Austin and them out there if you didn't do what you did and Bill didn't do what he did. None of this would have been in motion. So I wanted to tell you thank you, because most of the fans don't know the originator of it all.
Let's go. Tell them. Yeah, man. I was talking about Kid before y'all hit your first debut. And then I did the interview with y'all after your first debut, your first fight. Yeah, I put that video over. He looked like a baby. He didn't even want to say. He couldn't even talk.
Remember, I used to have to sit in the interviews with him. That's how we got started like this, because he wouldn't talk.
Yeah.
So I had to sit in there, and that's how we blossomed from there. But it all started from your program. Yeah, and that's funny. That is real neat. And you were the only one who would give us an interview. People wouldn't even give us interviews then. I was begging people for an interview. And you put us on, and then Bill had his moment, and God had his way. So anyway,
and that came after. That came like three after 3 interviews or whatever like that.
Yeah.
And man. Yeah, he crashed. Bill, you crashed out on that one because you was giving mad props to him, and he came out of nowhere.
I think he was drunk.
I'm like, yo, and we like, yo, he giving you props. What's good with you?
He was drunk that day. He came in, and all I was doing was bigging his son up, saying how great Devin is, how much we learned. And Bill came in and started smashing on me.
Yeah, because you ain't talk about because you wasn't the one that talked about the sparring. He brought up the sparring when he like, hey, yo, you got up the sparring, and then that's when it emerged.
He started making up shit saying Devin stopped Kid in one round, and it was like, who he stopped who? And that's what it went viral. Yeah, and from viral, that made Oscar start watching even more. And all of this spurred from that little seed, my belief in my son. And now we're here fighting for a world title and holding WBA titles already.
And could have fought for a world title that time when y'all could have fought Shakur Stevenson and your son fell ill.
My son fell ill. Tell it like it is, goddamn. And I ain't hiding it no more. Because I'm not hiding it no more. No, they know.
But y'all didn't run from the fight with the boy. Is the BBBC is the one that actually pulled y'all from the fight?
Yeah, because Floyd was in ICU. Because all he ate was room service. He never went out the room for that reason. And suddenly Molly and Xanax, he was spiked, and then I get the messages, they just spike your son, but say Xanax and Molly, and go check your son. I'm in the gym. I go upstairs to check my son. He messed up. We call a doctor up there. The doctor come. We rush him in an SUV with the doctor in the SUV with us. The British Border Commission doctor. This is fact. We rush him to ICU. They said they couldn't wait for an ambulance. A kid would die. And so that's why the British board pulled him out. And it's a fact. People could check. Vada got the toxicology reports. You know Turkey didn't do because we was in the hospital, and it's illegal in that country. They put people to death for that shit. So Turkey showed us grace. The prince showed us grace. They was very nice. But at that point in my life, I was traumatized. Somebody tried to wipe my son out. At that point, I seen all enemies. They trying to set us up. We got to sneak out. Because really, we had to call in our cut man name to get to the airport. Because we was so paranoid. Like, yo, they just right here almost killed my son. So, you know, it's that serious. So all of this is true, or I would be in jail for defamation of character or some weird shit like that. So we asked for the Shakur fight after that. And Jay Prince made a video, said that ship sells, so we have to respect that. That's their manager, that's their decision. We never pulled out a Shakur fight. Floyd didn't get himself sick. Floyd didn't have a weight issue at all. Floyd steps on the scale 133, have not had a problem making weight, not one time ever. So people were just making up things. He was poisoned, and there's actual toxicology reports, even an independent one I had done here just to make sure everybody report was right. And it's the same exact thing the mole said was in his system. They said who did it. Like, I got all the proof, but why pursue that? My son is alive. God brought me my son, you know, and my son came back with a desire like, yo, y'all tried to wipe me out. Now it's personal to everybody in that ring. So it worked.
But also to credit the marketing savviness of you is that you got the fight with Shakur Stevenson at a time where people didn't think that you could get that fight. Now you put yourself in position to get the fight with Gervonta Davis when people didn't think that you're gonna get yourself in position and go through lawyers and attorneys to get the WBA to push for that fight. And let me tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen, for the WBA to mandate, it takes forever. The WBA is one of those sanctioning bodies that they're more lenient to their champions. Yeah, I remember even back, and I said the story when I was talking about when the WBA just ordered the fight, and I did a short video about it, and I said, yo, remember when Keith Thurman beat Diego Chavez 2013? He was supposed to be the mandatory to Paulie Malignaggi. He was supposed Paulie Malignaggi fought Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner fought Maidana. Maidana fought Floyd. Floyd got elevated as super champion, so Floyd could not fight the mandatory and Keith Thurman. The rematch of Maidana, then Floyd Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao. Then Floyd Mayweather still dodged Keith Thurman and fought Berto. That man was a mandatory waiting since 2013 to get an opportunity. He needed
me as his manager. Most of these managers don't know what they're doing.
But you know why it was? Remember, Floyd and Thurman had the same manager, Al Heyman. So it was
that could be a problem. So you're saying that's a Zuffa situation?
I gotta see where
that's what that is. Then the same manager is almost like the same. Now they all under that same thing. They got the same manager, promoter, belt, this. So is it the same thing now?
Maybe, could be, maybe.
That's why I'm glad we work for ourselves. We across the street. We dictate who we want to fight, how we want to fight. All our promoter work for us. They get a percentage out of our check. All they can do is give their opinion and get us to fight. You know,
True.
They say no. So it's like, you know, when you work for yourself, you're the boss. Like everybody I made a deal with, them, the zone, I signed them. They didn't sign me. So it's like, you know, it's a different
partners.
Game. Right. It's a different ball game when you sit on this side of the table. You know, a lot of people sit as employees. So they got bosses. They got to say what people want them to say. They got to jump through hoops like they have to do. That ain't with us like that. Like even Ford or Old Spice or these major things that kid got yearly contracts with, you know, they respect that we're going to bring it the way we bring it, us at our table, you know.
How did the promotional company get the news? When the news was out there, what did you have the conversation with Golden Boy Promotions, and how did they? Because I haven't heard nobody in Golden Boy
involved. I mean, Golden Boy lawyer, my lawyer talked to Golden Boy's lawyer. When you talk to business, it ain't personal. Me and Oscar friends. I love Oscar to death, but business has nothing to do with friendship. In no way, shape, or fashion. And when it comes to something that deep, like people violating a federal law, the Ali Act, then it comes into lawyers get into play. And that's who had to sort that out, because we knew the law. We knew the law. We knew the bylaws of the WBA. We knew we was right 100%. So what could they say? Whether our promoter got online and said, I don't think kid is ready, it don't matter who think what. The federal law say Tank is giving us that fight of vacating. And I think that if Thurman manager would have knew that, the Ali Act, he wouldn't have been sitting there that long, because he could have just went to a federal judge and had all that done, you know.
But you know, if he was under the same manager, they're like, yo, don't worry. don't worry. Just because they got the same ass. So let's say I could be like, don't worry. We
So
got
is that
something
like
for you.
Shakur and Keyshawn then? Or Mason, Keyshawn, and Shakur?
Well, you know that the Shakur and Keyshawn is they won't fight each other because they're brothers.
But now they all got the same manager. So you
And now they
think
got the-
it could be the same situation. Either way, that's why I call it the boxing protection program over there.
I mean, I don't like that friend. I think it's too much. Like I'm a fan of Shakur as well. I like his skills and talent, but it's like, okay, you're not gonna fight Richard Hitchens. He's your friend. You're not gonna fight Keyshawn Davis. He's your friend.
They're not friends. Fuck all that. A friend is gonna make bread together. If we can make 20 million together, so what? You might knock me out real fast. We're gonna do this. We're gonna feed our families. I ain't gonna kill you in there, but we're gonna rock. We're gonna put on a good show. That's a friend. How you gonna have me out here fighting for peanuts? Like like $1,500,000, and you Shakur Stevenson. I can have me a $20 million, $15 million fight with you. You're my friend. You know, you're my brother. So why are we not at that table sitting here the masterminding this together? We might have us a trilogy and walk away with a good 40, 50 each. We brothers. We could sit here and talk about this shit.
Facts.
That's bullshit. They ain't friends. A real friend would have sat there ready and say, yo, how can we make 100 million off of this together?
Or maybe Shakur's son and Davis. Because think about it. If they could get, what was it? Arguably, Shakur got 8 to 10 million and Teal got 8 to 10 million. Imagine what Shakur and Keyshawn Davis could do. You could give your boy 5 to 6, 7 millions. Turki Al-Sheikh like Keyshawn Davis too. So I think Davis has to be the one to be like, hey, yo, man, I want to fight you.
But right now they don't need it. I mean, they got one of the best managers besides myself. They got one of the best managers in the business. I mean, he was Floyd's manager. He's been around forever. He know all the tricks of the game and entertainment because he had a regular, they got one of the real ones. And I actually looked up to him because I watched how he moved, and that kind of taught me how to move in a sense. So he was a mentor without him knowing he's a mentor. And I brought Kid to him first to manage, but he turned us down.
Damn.
Yeah, but I bet you now he wish he took that. Yeah, they got one of the best managers, so they don't really need to fight each other now. Like Shakur, he about to sign $100 million deal. That's because they're manager. They got one of the greatest in the business.
Or was it Devin Haney that said $100 million? I think Bill.
No, whatever they're gonna work out. If Devin got $100 million, if you think Jay Prince ain't gonna get $100 million off of something, y'all don't know Mr. Prince. He's smart at what he do. So that's the only reason. That I think they don't have to fight each other. I believe,
and I like that. Like Peter, I see a lot of people making videos about it, be like, "Oh, he ain't gonna get 100 million." I think if 100 million, but yet is attached to the names of all the matches that we want to see, it could reach 100 million.
100 million ain't shit, and this is what the slave mind, because they sitting there as employees. Get on the other side of the business. If they gave you 100 million, how much did they make? How much you think they made if they gave them 100 million? And they're not giving them 100 million for one fight. They're giving them 100 million for maybe a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
3-4 fights. So they paid you 25 million that fight. But even on gambling, how much you think they're gonna make on just the gambling alone? So it's like, yo, y'all, this is $1 trillion business. Boxing is $1 trillion business. But all the boxers die and retire broke. So where's this money going? So they giving them crumbs 100 million and people celebrating. And I'm sitting there looking like, yo, man, these guys are slow. Like these
let people talking about Floyd Mayweather losing 174 million. So that shit could go like this.
300 million a fight. Floyd showed y'all independently. He was making 300 million. He showed y'all the check. 100 million. And these guys are bragging off of making 100 million for a couple of fights. They going backwards like it's slavery. They're not. Floyd Mayweather showed this is here. Kids supposed to go higher than that, not worse than that. So now y'all celebrating, Shakur or Devin got $100 million 3-year deal. Floyd had a $300 million fight. Like, so I don't give people logic, but you gotta own your shit to sit at the table and say, yo, I want some of the broadcasting money. I want some of the sponsorships that's on the ring. I want some of that money. I want some of the door. I want some of the concession stand. You got to be you got to be an owner. You can't go on as an employee.
Parking lot.
Most of those guys are employees. So Kid is on a different side because Kid own his shit. Kid own his image. So when it broadcasts, he got to get a royalty because y'all playing his likeness. These guys don't even own their image or their name. So it's like, it is what it is. We the masterpiece of this shit right now. And they them.
I used to do these shows about the contracts, but and I'm like, fighters, I'm about to do a live. I'm gonna go through shit that look like this. You know how to let me see. You see that? That's in the contract, folks. Market athlete and all media and all connections therewith to approve and permit for the purpose of trade, advertising, publicity, the use of dissemination, reproduction, and publication of athletes' name, likeness, voice, and image.
And if you don't own that, once
you don't own that,
they own that image and likeness because you don't own it.
And that's why when you were saying that in the interview, and I'm like, man, I try to school even fighters. They look at me like with a drunk with a mic. But they know I've helped a couple fighters, and even them motherfuckers, I'm not gonna say their name right now, but them motherfuckers is snakes as well. It's like, there's fighters that don't want to be helped. You just like you said, they're gonna carry the little bonus advance money. If it's $10,000 to sign, if it's $20,000 or $20,000 to sign, or $25,000, that's it. That's what they're going for.
They crazy.
And they sell their soul for that.
Some of them don't got no choice. Some don't have a choice, but the ones that do, they just got to start reading. They better learn the Ali Act. That's the protection for boxers. That's the protection so the sanctioning bodies can't manipulate the ranking. Most of these fighters competing and wondering, why I'm not ranked, right? Why I'm not, because you're not taking the shit to court. These guys have rules of how they're supposed to be ranking. They can't just pick somebody and throw them up there. I wish I was number 2 in the WBO when they jumped Mason ass up to number 1. We would have all been in court because they violated the federal law there against the Ali Act. They would have had to go to court and justify how did this guy move up that from 155. And now you got a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. So it would have been a whole different ball game, but people don't know. They got to learn the Ali Act. That's the foundation of it all, and then learn contracts.
You know what it is also, that there is puppet managers to the promoters as well. Like you guys are not puppets. That's why I like Keith Connolly. Mm-hmm. These promoters are mad at Keith Connolly because he's not a puppet manager. You're not a guy that's gonna be like, do this for a guy, and I got you another guy, and they really work for the promoter, acting like they're working for the fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
There's too many relationships that they don't want to, because they have the belief of fighters come and go, so they got to keep their business intact. And that's why I remember going. I'm not going outside of, but you're gonna understand this, the Virgil T situation, and I'm like, Virgil, handle your business, stand like a fighter, because in the end of the day, Golden Boy gonna be making money. They got other fighters, they got other shows to make. Rick Majorian got other fighters, he's gonna be making money. The only one that's gonna stay in the shelf is you. Your career is gonna be on hold, but nobody's career is gonna be on hold here. Not the promotional company, not the manager. So you gotta put your foot down and take control of that situation as well.
That pretty much these managers, they worrying about their other fighters that they're gonna bring in, so they want a relationship.
Exactly.
So I understand exactly what you're talking about.
Look at Maury Jones. He just fought. Who's his manager?
I don't know who Maury.
Rick.
Who?
Rick. Virgil T's manager.
Oh,
so what I'm saying.
Floyd, come bring me a stitcher cord and a plug. My computer died. Right. Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is that they, like you were saying, I'm just piggybacking on what you're saying. They need managers like you that don't care about what the promoter feel, what the sanctioning body feel. You're gonna go with the rules. If you ain't going by the rules, we're going to challenge what y'all doing.
Well, their manager needs to be their daddy or somebody that really loved them above the money, because these people could be brought. Because a manager only make it 20%. He's not eating that much. Somebody slide him, $5 million, $4 million. Everybody got a price, unless it's your family member that ain't letting it happen to you. So a lot of these people need trustworthy people. Yeah, you gotta get a plug to plug into their. But that's right, and they better learn. All of them better learn. Coaches better learn if they're gonna protect these fighters. Man, these guys getting raped, punched. They getting raped. They leaving so much money. I'm out here eating. They shouldn't have let a hustler in the game. I'm out here with so many damn plates. Oh my God.
Those are the only people that eat in boxing. Is hustlers.
For real.
That's just a gangster's playground. If you don't got that savviness and you don't got a great attorney, If you ain't a shark, you're gonna get eaten alive in boxing.
Yo, they got to stick with the same rules like if you're hustling on the block. First thing you got to get, instead of jail bail money, you got to get the lawyer.
Yep.
Yo, I don't care whatever advance they give you, you better go cop you a lawyer for real. Because they're going to challenge you. They're going to lowball you. They're going to try to get over on you because that's what promoters is like pimps. They got the boxers out on the street is the hoes.
It's the pimp and hoe game.
Come back and bring all the money back to these promoters, and it's so backwards. That is backwards because the money's supposed to go to the boxer, and the promoter take 25% of that. Let me tell you the game. The promoters will get licensing money, sponsorship money, all the other money that the boxers don't know. So they get a boxer purse. Here, you take $50,000. They sign for this, but they never thought about the Ali Act, where the promoter's supposed to disclose how much money they making, so that you can negotiate your deal. That's part of the Ali Act. How they got y'all sign a contract, you don't even know how much they made the last fight. It's the law, they supposed to give it to you. You got to know your market value. But these fighters out here fighting for peanuts, and these promoters making millions and laughing at them because they gave peanuts. Oh, don't worry, I ain't taking about 25% out. But they're not telling you, yeah, because I made $1 million over here off of you already. But especially if you're the main event, and you don't know, you don't have no documentations. They didn't see you nothing that the law requires that you have. So anyway, these managers don't know the business. These dudes signing with people that's acting like managers, because anybody could get $100 to get a license. Say, I'm a boxing manager. I've been around boxing this long. They don't know shit. So anyway,
that's facts.
I'm looking for another fighter. I'm gonna sign another fighter to help. Because somebody that really wanted, because a lot of these fighters is in dead water right now.
Yo, give me top 5, and I'm saying the top 5 of, because the ranking system is, in my opinion, is rigged. I have a lot too many belts. I think there's a lot of belt holders, but is there really champions? There's belt holders, but are they really champions? Who you think is the top 5 official? Forget the ranking, forget the belts. Top 5 official fighters in the sport of boxing outside of your son. Top 5 official.
You got Tank Davis. He's a shark, for real. You got Canelo, the Canelo dude. He's gonna be something serious. Floyd grabbed him up for a reason. I watched this kid in the amateurs, something serious. Mason don't want no problems with him. Trust me on that. Anyway, then you have Kid. You have Mason. If there's a way that
I
they
like
Mason, but I'm not gonna tell what they could do because Mason might face Floyd. But there's something you could do for Mason body that could help Mason scientifically. But right now they don't know it. So Mason punch level would never be correct to take punches from Floyd. But besides Floyd and Canelo, Mason will run through all the rest of them, even Shakur and all of them. Mason will beat them. And that's the only ones that I see of this generation. Our weight coming through. You could put a Vargas in there, but he still got more to do.
Xander Zayas, you said Xander Zayas too.
Xander Zayas is something serious, and this kind of show. Floyd used to spawn Xanders. We shared the ring with him too. But the thing is, it's like, sometimes these guys could get comfortable. If Xander don't get comfortable, he'll be all right. But if he get comfortable, then you never know.
The thing, let's say with Abdullah Mason, they criticize him, but what they criticize him, I actually like about. He goes out there and fight. He gives us what we always say we want fighters to do. And then when he get clipped or whatever, oh man, he needs to fight. Then we set examples like, well, you need to be like a Shakur. He needs to fight. Yo, do you want to see entertainment? Because a guy that's gonna entertain, he's gonna get clipped. He's gonna get hit. I remember when character was something about that we acknowledge as boxing fans. Getting dropped. We seen fighters get dropped back in the days all day. You know what I'm saying? Right. But we admire the character that they get right back up and they win the fight. So the thing about Abdullah Mason, he's young. So yeah, he's 22, 21. He's gonna have them wrinkles. Let them grow. He's not a finished product. But what I see thus far, I love because I could see the upside. Just like your son in the championship rounds of that other fight where he got dropped. Oh, then, bro, he got back up. He fought with the cut. So right now, okay, if Kid gets a cut, he already experienced that, how to fight with a cut. He already experienced that. He already experienced getting back from the ground. He already experienced knocking somebody else fast. He already experienced trying to adjust and win a decision. So he already experienced a lot of things that fighters still. We don't know how a fighter that gets cut is going to react with that cut.
Right.
There's some fighters there that still haven't got cut. How is Shakur Stevens going to react if he got a cut that he can't see over one eye? How's he going to act? How he's going to act? Because
He's gonna play dirty like we seen him do in the ring. What he do when he get hurt? So we seen all of them already. But Mason is a good fighter. I like Mason. Mason is a dog. He just came at the wrong time. If he'd have came at another time, he might have been the number one man. But right now he got two wolves out here, and one. Luckily, one went up all the way up to 147 because he was in discipline. But you got this wolf out here. And Mason just came at the wrong time. Him and Shakur.
That would be the biggest fight if y'all beat Tank. That's the biggest fight.
Not if. When we beat Tank, no.
I know you was gonna say that. You know I gotta keep.
That's what I'm saying. Let me tell you, it's funny when people try to blackball you because God has a way of doing things. Yo, let me tell you. You already know the situation. It's funny that Psalms 23 talk about God preparing a table in the presence of your enemies. Thine anointed your head with oil, your cup runneth over. That's what we live in right now. We see our enemies, what all of them is going through that touch God's servant. I'm talking about from Saudi Arabia right now. That war, the economy is going crazy. Snack guy died. This, not saying Snack guy was involved, but the people that was going at this, they going through something right now. But you know, these guys ain't like y'all think they are. Mason ain't gonna do nothing. Him and Floyd ain't gonna be in the fight because they're not gonna take it.
Boxing Professor with the $5 super chat says, yo, Papa Scope, what assures us that if Tank agrees to fight that y'all ain't pulling out?
I don't gotta assure y'all shit. Why would I assure y'all shit? Like I gotta pay the 6 figures for the camp. What the fuck I care about? When a kid pull out, I lose money. So what you mean we're sure y'all?
See, that's what people don't understand. And especially if it goes to a purse bid too for fighters, the promotional company don't have to pay no damn camp fee.
That's what people don't understand. This shit costs a lot of money. It ain't no.
That's 6 digits right there. Real camp is 6 digits.
More than what some people make a year. Them men make together. So you know, you can't assure nobody in boxing. Because in sparring, they practice and fight, and they fighting for 12 to 15 rounds. You can't promise that somebody won't get hurt while they practicing to get ready for the fight.
That's what people gotta also understand as well. The camp fee of this level will cost Kid Austin $250,000.
Yeah, about that, because the sparring partners want a lot, and they got to bring their teams. And they need rooms, food per diems, all that way to get back and forth. And you got to rotate them in. So you're going to need about 4 or 5 of them. And they got to be A-level because Tank is A-level. So you're spending about $200,000 for this camp. Just on sparring partners, food, and lounging.
Mm-hmm. And I said $250 because it is the biggest fight with Tank. So it has to be probably the most expensive camp.
Yeah, we don't get nothing from no promoter because we contractors. We work for ourselves. So everything got to come out of our pocket.
So I understand the people in YouTube in the comment section. Trust me, a fighter's not pulling now if they don't got to. That's why you see certain fighters fight sick and fight hurt and fight all of this. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody said you already pulled out of 2 big fights, but isn't that amazing that I got 2 big fights? Look how good I am independently. All I'm saying is y'all busy talking about that shit instead of witnessing greatness. Y'all dropping the crumbs I'm leaving for y'all because y'all on some dumb shit. Yeah, I got 2 big fights, but as a 53-year-old, I got those big fights just with a phone, just with the internet. I'm showing y'all the new age of marketing where you don't need a promoter to put on big fights and make 7 figures. Independent. My son, like I said, my son didn't fight nobody, but he's still making 7 figures. I must be great.
Kid Austin will be the ATI anti-tank weapon. High low.
I totally agree, Hilo. You right, brother. You right.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
wish I could tell y'all. I wish I could tell y'all what I know, but I gotta wait till after the fight and say,
About-
I told y'all it's gonna be easy. This is what I knew. The science of boxing, there's a catalog of fighters that fought like Tank Davis. There's a lot of them that got beat, and all of them got beat the same way, fighting just like Tank Davis. So I'll tell y'all about it when we done.
the boxing professional with $5 super chat says, "Yo, Papa's go when Tank puts a kid on the canvas. Ooh, we don't want to hear no stories because we all know he only got punches chance. Oh, they say keep that same energy, huh?
You know what? And I respect that boxing professor, but let me educate you on something, Mr. Professor. Kid won when he stepped in that ring. $4 million. His kids don't have to work ever again. House paid for, business that done. He made it. He made it as a man. He avoided what most men gonna have to do for 30 years, then retire broke. His money gonna be making money because this just one fight. If he got knocked on the canvas, would anybody be shocked? And he still walk out with $4 million and live to fight another day for more millions. So you don't understand when you breaking generational curses. You don't care about this man in front of you. God didn't program you with fear. You go in that ring, you do what you got to do for your family. You make it out safe where you can hug your kids. You do this for your kids. So all that canvas shit don't mean nothing to us. We making sure our kids don't have to do this.
Why they be mad though? Why people be mad at y'all? Like, I think we should be a little bit frustrated with Gervonta Davis. They haven't been back in the ring yet. Why they taking it out on? Wait. Why they taking it out on you? That you got your son
Because they haven't had a dad.
To the WBA order.
Go ahead.
For the WBA, you got the WBA to order the Tank fight. Why people getting mad? Why people getting mad at you, frustrated at you for?
You want some real shit? Because our people is not used to greatness. Our people not used to one of our own kind coming through saying, fuck the system. I'm going to show y'all how to do this independently. They not telling me what to do. God gave me a power and his ability as a God to manifest what I want. They not used to seeing God in their presence. That could say 4 years ago when I was sitting there telling you everything that was going to happen and it's happening. They not used to God. So when they see that, of course, they got to go against it because that's what the spirit want to program them against that.
We want to see a downfall. That's what it is. It's a culture.
They want the downfall. They want the bad. They want the evil. You can't see the good of dad brought his son from homelessness, that God guided them, and every step of the way they came to this. You can't see the blessing in that. You can't see how many people I employ now. From a homeless man, and I got employees that families depend off of me and they eat all on a regular basis. And I'm still making 7 figures as a kid that was dropped off at a shelter. Me and my son had that thing. So wasn't supposed to even be here. So people not used to seeing God in real form.
Shout out to Ramirez. A real Tank fan knows that Kid Austin is for sure a real threat. He's hungry. He's young. I love Tank, but he gets hit also. And Kid got great skills just like Tank. I don't know what is going on, y'all. Weird. It's true, bro. I like sometimes I mean, fan base is gonna be fan bases, but I don't understand how anybody gets mad at Kid, his dad, this situation. Like, I don't even look. I like Tank, but it got to the point where it's hard even for me to vouch for Tank. I don't know when he back in the ring. I don't know what he doing. I know what he gonna do next. How's he sustaining the interest? You know, with even if you're a Tank fanboys, Tank. How are you sustaining your interest right now? You don't know. He don't even do nothing on social media. He don't give us nothing. So. Man, y'all should be happy that Floyd Schofield Kid Austin pushed the envelope so they could get Tank out of the damn gym or something.
Yeah, somebody gave you a money comment, and I want to address this. Put this on screen. Because somebody want their little minute of fame. You know they got to say this little clown name to get a minute of fame. Papa Skull, are you going to hypnotize Kid before the fight like Coach Malachi said? I don't hypnotize Kid before a fight. Like any coach that don't coach nobody says. My son was hypnotized as a kid, so that he's not consciously in the ring when he stepped in the ring, a spirit take over, the subconscious take over. So no, I don't have to start it before. As soon as he stepped in the ring, it automatically kick in. That's what happened with a year versus hypnotizing, because I developed the product. But these coaches and other things won't understand what developing a product like this, because they never did that. These guys haven't had one guy they developed from nothing to make them a world champion or any type of champion. So when they mention people, they're not even in my caliber. They shouldn't even be mentioned in my circle. Like, it's like, come on now. People don't understand God. These people said I wouldn't make it. Let me tell you, the same people that they talk about, and take his damn name down. I didn't want his damn name up there. These same people, they wanted my downfall. They wanted my downfall, people.
Put it this, and my brother, hey, yo, boxing professor, and now you take that answer and you send a super chat over there and say, this is what he said on Punch Drunk Boxing.
It don't matter. I said it on his shit. I said it on that guy's shit when I told him fuck him, that he's a coward. But I'm not living that up. That was the past, so nobody could say he came to Punch Drunk, said this. I said it on the dude on stage.
I'm just saying.
And it ain't no disrespect to the brother, because you learn to forgive people when you're walking on the journey that I'm on. Because I got to see God, Punch. I got to meet God in Saudi Arabia. So I'm not the same person that they seen when I was cursing this coach Malachi out. Because you forgive people and you move past him. He jumped off the boat. Now look at my boat. I'm eating real well. So the same people that crossed me, they sit on the sidelines. Because God, I didn't cross them. So God is still giving us favor, because I never done nothing wrong to none of these people. None of them. So
shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? No problem on here, no problem, everybody. Low Boogie said, a shame they gave Kid Austin the Scovit overseas.
They didn't give him the Scovit. I already cleared it up what they poisoned him with. It's documented fact. They really tried to murder my son overseas. It is what it is. Boxing is a dirty business. You're playing for hundreds of millions. Like,
is that a thing, the Scovit? They say you got the Scovit. So now they got a name for the stick.
What the Scovit is.
Because I think they try to put COVID and the Scovit.
I don't feed into that nonsense, because a fact is a fact. But the hospital says what it is. So when you try to create something, that's stupidity now. That's false. It is what it is. They tried to poison this young man, and he still rose to the occasion, now having another title shot while he was being blackballed. So it don't matter. We here.
High Low said the Iron Tight Tank is coming. Good looking out with a $2 super chat, my brother. High Low since day one.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So
it's a good fight. I don't know.
It's a great fight.
Waiting that a young man bust his ass to get to this point to fight a world champion. Like,
but since y'all got that gap of negotiating, has negotiating started, or everybody's on vacation weekend?
It ain't no vacation over here. Mate, as soon as WBA said what they want, I put it in motion. The days are counting down. This is what I want. Let's go send a contract.
So it's motion already. The other side guy is already in motion.
Yeah. What is there to not be in motion? They go to purse bid. I'm still gonna make damn near the same amount that I'm asking for. So what the fuck it matter? Because it's going to purse bid. If you don't vacate the belt, the law gonna send it to purse bid. The WBA gonna send it to purse bid, and I'm still gonna make my millions. So send a contract.
But you said you hoping it won't go to purse bid,
because then you don't eat off the back end. You don't eat the pay-per-view sales. You don't eat the broadcasting premiums. You don't eat the back end money if it went to purse bid. So that's why you don't want to go to purse bid. But Tank, it's a good fight.
It's a good. I think it's a perfect fight. It's a perfect fight. It's questions on Tank, and I think when there's questions, it anticipates the fight more. Well, Tank, we haven't seen him in years. A comeback fight. Look how he performed versus Lamar Roach. Is he still dangerous? Is the layoff going to take? So the questions, and it has more anticipation. Kid Austin coming from a knockout, and people, the Tevin Farmer could have been the tune-up for a Tank. Southpaw as well. It could have been a tune-up for a Tank. So it has anticipation and questions.
You see why I picked the Tevin fight? And I also picked the JoJo fight, but Floyd messed up his hand just to get him ready for Tank. This has been masterminded the whole time. I'm telling y'all, with my Tank number, I done masterminded this for years. If y'all thought I got all the way here and say my son gonna knock out Tank and I ain't gonna live that out, y'all don't know me then.
And then people just paying attention to the action, what happened in the ring, the first round knockout. But it's the weeks and months of preparation that now y'all going to another camp and preparing to something a similar. And I'm not gonna say that Tank is, but is a similar type of. You could say IQ, because Seven Farmer does have an IQ as well, you know, and he's defensively sound. So imagine the sparring and the preparation you have for Seven Farmer leading to another camp, going into a Gervonta Davis. You know, I think he's highly prepared for a Tank. I think Floyd right now is more prepared for a Tank than Tank coming out the Lamar Roach more prepared for a kid.
No, Tank is ready. Tank
He's
been
even when they show in the video,
2 months. Tank been at the camp a month and a half now.
and that's what I was gonna say too, because I seen people just he's dancing with the white chick, and then now he's but if you look at his body, it look like he in shape.
He been in camp.
Look like he in shape.
He showed his food. He showed his food, that his meal prep food and stuff like that on his own page. That man in camp. We're not worried about Tank. It would be a good fight, but we're not worried about him.
As a fighter, I don't. As a fighter, Tank ain't dumb. He could be unmotivated, but Tank is a smart fighter. That's the only thing. Is Tank motivated?
We gotta answer some of your people questions before I gotta go on another 15.
Yo, any question? They
letting them go there.
Where
Can
is
you
that?
at least tell me the name of the poison? The name of the poison is out. I already told him is Xanax and Molly. All Floyd ordered was room service, so I had to come through room service.
I don't think. Let me see. They got statements. That's what I'm saying. I can't. They got the statement. Tank, E, and Mike, and likes at the moment. I don't think people want to see Kid lose. They just want to see your reaction to him losing. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, because any hate that your son gets is because of you.
That means I did my job as a promoter. Isn't that what boxing is about? Floyd, when he was fighting Oscar, he became the bad guy and the talking and all doing all of this to sell the fight. That makes the fight bigger. People want to see, I love Kid, but daddy need to get shut up. So I'm ordering this damn fight.
So think about that's weird. It's a whole nother level now. Because now, let's say people wanted to see Floyd Mayweather. If people wanted the fans that didn't like Floyd Mayweather, they wanted to see Floyd Mayweather lose to see him lose. We ain't never said, or people never said, I want to see Floyd Mayweather lose because I want to see how Leonard Ellerbe gonna react. I want to see how his father gonna react. I want to see how Al Heyman, if he's gonna come out the woodwork, out being a ghost, how he's gonna react. It's always about the fighter, but now they want to see your son lose to see how you gonna react.
But that, like I told you, that's what I learned. That's what I learned at Universal when I was at A&R, how you get in tune with people's emotions and feelings. That's how music control people. And as an A&R that developed the artists, we know how to tap into the people.
Bro, that's crazy.
So I got them all at the tip of their seats. Some gonna be rooting for him because some people root for the underdog. Some gonna be wanting his daddy to get beat. Some gonna want to see Tank. That's a mega pay-per-view fight.
Like, well, if my son was in boxing, and me and my loud mouth, man, I think I'd be the most hated dude in boxing. Because I'll be loving my son like he's a second coming of Christ.
He's supposed to. That's
Right?
what a dad's job is. A dad's supposed to, when his son don't even have courage in himself, the dad's supposed to give him courage and break the barriers and go ahead, son, you got it. Even with training wheels. When they take off the training wheels on the bike, the dad's the one who push, go ahead, and encourage.
Yeah, people got to find another angle. If y'all reason that y'all want to see Can lose is to see a reaction of Schofield Sr., that's why y'all want to see him lose? Come on, man. Y'all got to be, come on. I got to be better than that.
It's the moonshine. Wars are no longer won with tanks. What do you mean?
I don't know. What you mean, hello, Mr. Moonshine? Wars are no longer won with tanks. I think maybe he means that you can't vouch for Tank at the moment anymore. You can't debate Tank fans, and Tank is not active. He hasn't been in the ring for a year.
Year and a half.
Year and a half.
He's been his number one mandatory for a year.
So even though, the only thing right now I can say about Tank is skillfully one of my favorite fighters. Skillfully, I like Tank. I think boxing does need Tank. I think that Tank does need his loyal fan base as well. You know, I think he got a support loyal fan base. I think that's good as well. You know what I'm saying? That we got loyal support fan base. That speaks highly about what he's done in the ring, his presence. And Tank also brings money into the table, which brings money to his opponent as well. So Tank in boxing, I think, is good. I wish he could be more active. But I also listen to what Tank be saying that people don't take it into consideration. Like, people like to say when they see the videos or whatever of his actions, right? But prior to the Lamar Roach fight, all he's saying is, I want therapy.
Because he's rich now.
But what I'm saying, he's saying,
when you're rich now, you're around a whole different environment, like him with the white girls. When you worth $40 million, just your bankers alone is different. And the compounding interest you're making on your money, where you're making millions a year of money you can spend. So now the rooms you're in is different. So you come from the hood where you're not used to making this. You have a Ryan fight and these other fights. Now he's sitting in a room with bankers, accountants, and everything else, people in business suits. So it changes his mind. Now the aggression that he thought he had, like me, I go to therapy every Friday now. That aggression we had, we can't have that in these rooms. You know, we can't walk in the room and not trust everybody, because in the hood, we carry guns and couldn't trust everybody that might run up. You can't do that and have that energy when you're going in the room with people that meditate all damn day because they got nothing else to do because they filthy fucking rich and just investors. You know, they'll feed on your energy and peep that and like, yo, I'm not feeling this person vibe. So I understand Tank saying he want to clean all this up and y'all probably would catch him on an island somewhere. The man is rich. He don't have to fight no more.
Yeah, true. And what I'm saying also is that people, when you see a fighter trying to better himself, all right, people want to clown him that he wanted to turn Muslim. They clown him his name, they clown him, but he's trying to find spirituality. They clown him that he want to help therapy. Yeah, I clowned him. Oh no, get in the ring, fight this one. I'm like, yo, I don't want to go to therapy because I might lose my killer instinct, right? But he's trying to seek therapy, but when there's something outside of the sport of boxing, outside of the ring, that he couldn't handle his temper. You see, but man, sometimes when somebody's saying something out loud, is that they're seeking for help. But you notice in boxing, when a fighter says something like therapy or something like that, is that you weak, you a pussy. Remember Ryan Garcia, he pulled out of a fight because he wanted to seek for his mental state. And people clowned him. Oh, you ducking this one. Same thing with Jamal Charlo on the WBC trying to help him because of his mental state. Oh, he's scared to fight this one. He's scared to fight that one. Then when you see a fighter that his mind ain't right and he does, and people see the actions, oh, this guy needs help. Yeah, but when he was saying he needed help, you motherfuckers was laughing at him.
Even when Mike Tyson, it happened even back in Mike Tyson days, when Mike Tyson and Robert, when his wife came out and they were trying to say he needed help. You know, and he crashed the car into the tree, and they said they could not identify because at this point, y'all a product to these people. Y'all not a person.
I always thought that fighters do need a therapy, like every fighter, because I feel like every fighter to a point is like bipolar.
Give a fighter therapy. If you give a fighter therapy, you eliminate the fighter. Because a person got to be crazy to go in that ring and want to punch somebody in their head and put them in a coma. They can't be of love. That ain't what God say, love your neighbor. And I can say that now from this side of things. So you gotta be crazy or fucking demon to go in there and train 8 weeks to try to and have the will to go in there to kill this person if you have to celebrate and people raise you up as a hero for causing harm on somebody else just to satisfy their evil nature. So
but not everybody got you though.
Once you get the therapy, you learn to look within. And you learn that the patterns that your parents taught you is all those insecurities, all this stuff came from the past. So now you're going to eliminate all of that. You're going to become a different individual. You're not going to be the same fighter if you get therapy.
Well, I think when people hear, like men, when we hear therapy, we hear it's more towards the negative than the positive. Well, men historically heard therapy, you know. You say therapy in the 90s. Therapy, me? What the fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, I do feel, because I always ask this question of fighters. How hard it is to turn it off after the camp and after the fight, and now you got to go back home to your kids, to your woman. Now you got to turn off that killer instinct.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How do you? And most of the fighters that I asked, they said it will take weeks, it'll take months. I've asked their wives, and they'll be like, I'll leave them alone for a while. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean. Like how
they didn't have the right. They didn't have the right.
That's why I said, see, your son got you. Your son got you where he could. But if you're not there and he's just around, just a regular manager, just a regular trainer that he pays, and now they go home, and now he needs to go home by himself and now gather everything at still at a young age, but he's been built to have that killer instinct.
He's still gonna have it because he was hypnotized. People don't understand it. And people would think it's weird if you talk about voodoo or talk about our first religion as a people on this earth. Before Christianity came, before a Bible was ever invented, before Islam was invented, there was a religion that invented way before then, and it dealt with spirituality. When they looked up to the sky and worshiped the sun, and they knew how to control the elements of this earth, a gift that people forgot. So when Kid go in that ring, Kid not in that ring. Kid get back in that ring once that final belt in and that spirit leave, then Kid come back. Watch some of the fights and look at Kid eyes. Kid even said in the interviews, I don't know what's going on in that ring. He like, I remember after an interview one time, Kid said, I thought this was the third round because Kid not in the ring.
He's so much in, he's.
No, the hypnotizer shut the conscience off. That's the whole thing of why I had him hypnotized. And he got programmed listening to this stuff. You a killer. Nobody can stop you. Hearing animals. And from a kid as he slept. So the subconscious cut off and this animal come out. And that's what happens. And that's the science of having him hypnotized. He don't have that fear. He could shut it right off when he get out the ring because he never was in there. So people just don't understand the science of it. And I believe Kid, when he get in that ring, but he's going to show people a whole different thing, and they'll understand it then.
Yeah, bro. So I
want to get ready to go, brother.
I know.
If I stretch, I need to be on the interview.
Do your thing, man. Thank you again, man. Thank you again for showing the love. Thank you again for updating us with the mandatory.
Oh, I got exclusive. And thank you real fast. Thank you for putting us on. Much respect, brother. And I wanted to come up here to tell you that you are the originator. And they don't understand that. So to us, you the biggest media podcast out there. Even from what we went through, we still here with you. And I sent the letter to Turkey.
Oh, yeah?
I sent the letter to Turkey through my man Sam, who works at Zuffa.
Okay.
To try to make amends with Turkey.
All right.
To put
that's a good move.
And everything else. Because I don't need nothing from that man. Just I would like, the forgiveness. Forgive my brother. My brother forgive me, and we go our separate ways because I don't need their table. But just in general, I want to be at peace with everybody, man.
Yeah,
I want people to actually miss me. Not say I hated that motherfucker. Yeah. Mama's go for auntie. Man, nobody.
That's the righteous thing to do.
Somebody gave you another question before I left.
Fights are won with young weapons will be epic. Good looking at Hilo.
Hilo, you losing me, brother. Young weapons, what you mean, young fighters as weapons, or young weapons?
He's a philosopher. He goes deep in stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to ride with him. I'm in the car with him trying to understand this. So I'm going to stay around a couple seconds because I want to see how he's going to respond. All right. And there we go. And people could cheer for Tank. Tank is an amazing fighter. I'm cheering for Tank too. We chased up here to fight him, and we want to fight him before he retire. So we love Tank the same way y'all do.
Rapstar Boxing Knowledge is the voice of the UK, London, bruv. Let's go.
Oh my God, we haven't. You was around way back. Wasn't he on the interview too? It was us, him.
No, it was
him.
What with that interview with you and Bill?
Haney jumped on there.
No, it was Kelly, one of the subscribers.
Oh my God!
Haven't seen Kelly. I hope Kelly doing good. Kelly from Patterson. It was Kelly, you, Raw Boxing TV.
Right.
Yeah, it was just us. Yeah.
And what's up, Rapstar? Much respect to you. I remember the people that came and grinded up with us. We are not gonna be no funny changing people. Who's in the car with us?
Facts.
I gotta go. He didn't respond back. Maybe you can explain to me later on what he talked about.
All right, my brother, man. Do your thing, man. Can't wait to see what transpire. Hopefully, I get that fight.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace out, man. Peace out. Hey, yo, smash that like button, smash that like. My fault, rap. I just saw now. I had the comment section on the other section where people do get the super chats. But you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, I mean it's young. It's remember the it's up to June 22nd. So there's gonna be another update. Whether Tank Davis declines, that will be an official duck in the sport of boxing. But hopefully he doesn't. I think that's a great fight for Gervonta Davis. It's a great fight for Kid Austin. I think it's a great fight for the community. I think everybody wins. The fans, stylistically, is the best fight. I already seen a Lamar Roach fight. I do think that a Tank and Roach should be a fight as well down the line. I think a fight, yes, with Tank and Pitbull down the line. But at the end of the day, if Tank is going to stay in that 135 with the belt and be mandated, why not? You know what I'm saying? I think it's a great timing. It's great timing, in my opinion. I think it's a great fight. And I think it will be a more challenging fight, in my opinion, for Gervonta Davis. Stylistically, the youth, the power, the twitching muscle, the switching stands, and all of that. And he's not even close to his prime. So that's the beauty about Floyd Schofield. Tomorrow we back at it, ladies and gentlemen. You already know, man. Gonna be still talking about tomorrow. We're gonna keep on talking about the Alexander Usyk, the status of boxing. I think people was afraid that the circus was gonna go into the sport of boxing, and the circus found out that boxing is a circus, right? We seen what happened, the spectacle with Usyk and Rico, ladies and gentlemen. The heavyweight boxing is at its worst that it's ever been. And if we're still talking about that wherever the heavyweight goes, boxing goes, boxing right now is embarrassing themselves. Too much inactivity, spectacles. The boxers are fighting too much. It's too many boring fights when the lights are bright. I think we need some fresh. That's why I think that David Benavidez should be the one that's leading the way in the sport of boxing. Power, entertaining. He know how to talk. He walk the walk, talk the talk. And I think he has that type of aura. So for right now, I think that David Benavidez should be leading the way in the sport of boxing. And if you tell me who I want to be the face of boxing right now, who should be the face of boxing right now and put respect on boxing and has that aura, I think David Benavidez should be that guy. I want David Benavidez to go to the heavyweight division. I believe that David Benavidez could beat Alexander Usyk. Yeah, I said it, damn it. I don't give a damn what anybody's saying. I think that David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, the Ecuadorian monster, the Dominican monster, could go to the heavyweight division right now and beat Alexander Usyk and become heavyweight champion of the world and the face of boxing. If Rico could do it, David Benavidez could do it. If Francis Ngannou could do what he did to Tyson Fury, damn it, David Benavidez got an opportunity to be the heavyweight champion of the world, and I want him to be the face because he's the most entertaining fighter. He's the one with the aura. He could talk the talk and walk the walk. He wants smoke. I like David. I like David Benavidez, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Tomorrow we back at it. Gonna be talking more boxing. I'm gonna drop my podcast. So, hey, yo, subscribe and follow me on Kick. Let's get Kick going. Because if your boy Punch Drunk gets the right amount of followers on Kick, we get monetized, and you're gonna see a whole different type of Punch Drunk. We're gonna be streaming. We're gonna go everywhere. We're gonna do a lot of crazy stuff. We're gonna Kick. Because YouTube, you know what YouTube, they'll flag me and strike me. So follow me on Kick as well. We live on Kick. Follow me on Facebook, Punch Drunk Boxing Facebook page. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. Let's go, baby. I told you at the end of 2026 that Punch Drunk Boxing will reign supreme. I will reign supreme. Oh, yeah, I'm the most dangerous. I'm going to be the most dangerous podcaster, YouTube content creator, whatever you want to call it. They should have opened the doors for Punch Drunk Boxing. They should have never shadow banned me. They should have never blackballed me. Now all the gloves is off. I don't give a damn about no fighters. Of course, I got my favorite fighters and stuff like that, people I'm cool with. But they know who they are. All right? The gloves are off. Punch Drunk Boxing will reign supreme, baby. I will reign supreme. Punch Drunk. Everybody in the chat, good looking out with the support. Keep on smashing the like button. Thanks for the donations, everybody. Become a member. By the end of 2026, I will reign. Matter of fact, the drunkies will reign supreme. Peace out.